What's up, everyone? We are here for another special final table, the Super Millions. I got a bug in my mouth. It's a big day. We got Mr. AllinPav joining as well today. So he'll be on. He's got to leave in roughly an hour. Don't get sad. We got the Olympics. My man is going to be competing in Vegas. Pav, maybe you could tell us real quick what that is before we dive into the action.
Yep, so basically, I just found out about it last night. It's just like 20 dudes getting together, competing in various sports like soccer, basketball, tennis, darts, wiffle ball, I think it's called. There's like 10 sports we're all going to compete in. There's a prize pool, and the best team gets it all.
All right, well, listen, we'll be sad if we lose you before it's over, but we have some high-powered names. We got big prizes, $250,000 up top, man. Let's get to the action. Let's dive into the table and see who we're working with today. And this is season 2, episode 47 of the Super Millions. And we got some of the biggest, the brightest stars. What jumps out to you, Pav, as someone that, a couple names here? There's some real firepower here.
Well, the 3 names that jump out: Wizard of Oz, I play with him pretty regularly, very good player. Marcus Prince, very good player, and Adamo, obviously a very good player. And we've got Victor as well playing. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, to say pretty good player, I'd say that's an understatement. I think Adamo maybe is the most feared dominant player in the world right now. His results back that up, and he is going for another big result. No stranger to the Super Millions. And look at this, a couple major hands. Ivan Luca, an absolute crusher as well, who is tangled up. And I mean, on the button, you see a min raise, a 3-bet. So, I mean, this looks strong, right? There is a early position raise, 3-bet on the button, and a cold 4 out of the small. Do you find a fold with ace queen suited? Do you take a flop, or do you just kind of cut your losses here?
I'm just folding here, hand 1. I mean, it's so tough to get out of line in this spot. I'm surprised ace queen suited is 3-betting in the first place. I think it's such a nice hand to flat, given that Victor should be so tight under the gun there. So interesting 3-bet to begin with. He might just be 3-bet folding versus under the gun. I can't imagine stacking off there is great with ICM. That's why it's an interesting 3-bet.
For sure. Definitely interesting. Yeah. Also seen Victor Malinowski, who did take down a Super Millions not long ago. And Ivan's dropping some of the gifts in there. And we got Victor going to work here with ace-10 off. Pretty interesting flop. Wizard of Az is going to flat. They're both relatively short. 2 of the shortest stacks, as a matter of fact. And both players going to not be too upset with the flop. I mean, Wizard of Az has a little more work here, being out of position and drawing to a gut shot, 2 overs. We do see a check back from Victor. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think betting or checking is fine. I think both players played it fine. You don't want to play any leading here from the big blinds on this board, so this looks good. I think Wizard of Oz will start doing some. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could small bet, pot this, and check it. The problem with betting is you only are drawing to a 10, so I think it's probably fine to just check this, bet all your 10x, bet a lot of your 6x, and all of your 8 and 9x and 7x. So I think it's a nice check.
Yeah, small bet, about third pot does take it down for Victor. So nice pickup there. He has been active. He got a couple playable hands, and look at Adamo, A7 off, going to give it up with his stack. I guess function of 3 big stacks behind him and just not a very playable hand. I think that's probably the bottom of his folding range, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be the bottom. With those, if there was 1 big stack behind, I think he's opening pretty much every ace.
Yeah, Ivan Luca, someone who's very familiar with playing in the highest stakes and biggest situations, has the actual chip lead at the moment. So we saw him 3-bet ace queen suited and then get rid of it, but he does have control of the table at the moment. And here with 4-5 suited, he's got a couple back doors. Of course, 5 high seems like a pretty good one to stab. Does go for a bet. And Victor, not a lot of room to get creative, but king 5 suited here definitely could have some plans.
Yeah, you're right. There's not much room to get crazy here, but he's up against the widest range, so I don't think it'd be the worst check raise. I'm surprised there's slight size up there. Betting 54K. I just bet 1 big blind. I think it gets the same for equity.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see these guys I find myself on the show weekly getting challenged, right? It's like there's some of the best in the world and they're doing some high level stuff. And, it's always fun to see how they proceed in certain situations that may just be a slight different percentage bet size or go about a different way. So it's, fun to watch. We got to do a game. We got to play for something, a dinner, a wager. We got to pick a flop and then get to do a draft here. Are you up for that? You down to do a little draft?
Yeah, I'm down to do that.
Okay, let's you choose red or black. We'll start with that for the next flop.
All right, I'll
We'll
take
start with
black.
that. Okay, goes with the black call. We may not get, oh, actually, no, we will get to see a flop here. So ace-6 suited going to step into kings. And first things first, I win the start of the draft. Kings are going to, oh, that'll do it. It's nice to have 100% on the turn,
Yeah.
gives the nice hand, and that is going to do it for Victor. Off to a very nice start now. He finds himself in a commandingly middling position. So from short stack to middle of the pack, nicely done. And I will go ahead and kick us off with the draft. So I will start with, I'm going to go with, I got to go with Ivan. Experience in the most chips seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I will take. I mean, I'll take Yao Poker. I think, I imagine they're all pretty good at this table. So just taking the chip leaders. I want to take a Damo, but that chip leader's too good for Yao. So I'll take Yao.
Okay, you actually get two, right? I think we'll do a snake draft. So it goes 1, 2, 2, 2. We'll do it that way.
I'll take a Damo after that then for sure.
That hurts. All right, so you got that. I'm going to take Victor fresh off a double there with 1.1, and he knows how to close it down. So I'll go there, and then I guess I'll take Chun-Li Zhao.
Okay.
So you get
you've
two.
got Ivan, Luca, Chun-Li, and Victor, and I've got Yao Poker and Adamo, and I got one more.
I think you get two again. Or we can just do, so wait, we've done 1, 2, 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just do two, and we'll leave one out. So we should have 4 each. So go ahead, okay. You take, you get 2 more.
I will take Marcus Prince. And I got one more on top of that.
Yeah.
So you've taken Ivan, Chun-Li, Victor. I'll take Wizard of Oz.
Okay, and I'll take, there's one left, right? There's 2 left, but one more that I can pick. I'll take Vlad. So that's it. We're going to give, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give a free roll for the short stack. So my man Maslak, we're going to give to the fans. First of all, hello everyone out there. Hope you're enjoying this final table. $247,000 the first. If this player wins, I'm going to give away $500 cash, my own money. Just that's what we're doing. So that you guys got that player, the short stack, as he picks up a pot, looking dangerous. All of a sudden, could be in play. So the chat's in play. Please hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying watching. Let us know where you're watching from, and we are going to be playing to a winner today. Again, this is season 2, episode 47 of the Super Million. So that's what we got going. We got a little wager. What are we wagering for, Pav?
What do you think? $500?
$500 and a nice dinner. How about that?
Yep, sounds great.
All right, it's booked. We are in action, and we are watching here 2 suited wheels, steel wheels, ace-3 suited of spades and diamonds out of position. This is generally going to go to the player in position. Is a pretty big advantage, as we know, and no limit Texas Hold'em, and ace-3 suited, not a great flop in that situation. So nothing really to see there. And Victor does chip up. What is let me ask you about? Go ahead.
So I was just going to say, one thing I really like about that C bet from Victor is he made a really big size with the ace-3 suited there. So he had the backdoor flush draw, but when he big sizes that board, Wizard of Oz has to fold like ace-9, ace-10 with a club as well. So if he smaller sizes, Wizard will continue with a hand like ace-10, 1 club. A big size versus under the gun, he just has to fold. So it's like really important sizing, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting. And obviously this is, I think, one of those things, if you're watching at home, if you're a man thinking like, wow, how do I get better? Pay attention to bet sizings and board textures. This is something that these players are so good at, the top players in the world, knowing what sizes to pick against different situations. And of course, making the best guess they can onto what their opponent might have and what they're trying to do. And here we go, ace-8, 9, interesting board. I mean, 9s has middle set, checks it back in position as a chip leader. Pav, are you on board with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think ranges are going to be pretty tight. I think he's still getting the openers. Like if the opener has an ace, he can still play 2 streets and get his stack. Yeah, I think it's quite fine. You know, there's not going to be many action killers against an ace anyway, so I think it's okay. I'd mainly bet still, but I think it's fine. Like I can imagine Ivan would bet all the time on like a 2-tone flop, but on a rainbow check a little bit more.
Yeah, very interesting. And King Jack suited now, who is got a decision here. His stack is so vulnerable, so important, does go for preservation. And Ivan, at some point now, there's diamonds come, got to bet something here. Just a matter, does he go up maybe with a little bigger because the board just gets that much more dynamic, or does he elect for a smaller size? So he goes up right at 50%. I mean, drawing to the low end of the straight with a diamond not being able to consider good, even pretty clear fold. And King Jack suited, a little unlucky for Ivan, given some rope, but no one is able to catch up to continue. So that is a interesting play from Ivan, and he is going to extend his lead to 2.5 million with a nice hand there. I got to talk to you about ICM. This is a very popular topic in tournaments in general. I always like to see the perspective of the guest and where you stand. I know between 8 and 13, that's where it's the most significant. ICM, what do you think goes through these players' minds on the pay jumps and what they do? Because I mean, look at the jumps from 9th to 8th, and it looks like actually the graphic might be,
they've messed it up a little
sideways. Okay,
I could still kind of guess where it's. I'm guessing 151K is what is paying for third. So we'll just wait for that to update. But interesting, you think between 8 and 13th is the heaviest ICM?
That's from my school of thinking. What do you think?
Yeah,
Pat, I mean, don't troll me. You don't know. Don't tell me you don't know ICM. Like what the?
I'm aware of ICM.
You made me second guess myself.
I would, for me personally, I'm quite aggressive. I would say up until the final table. I think I don't. There's obviously ICM implications, final 18 even on any size tournament. But I would treat it very serious. Just from the final 9, I wouldn't be way too tight. At like 12, 13, or 14 left would be my approach. Just because having a stack on the final table is also worth a lot. For sure. So fair enough. Whether you believe it's between 8 and 13 or a little short. Actually, I want to take a look at this action here. This is very interesting. SPR, stack to pot ratio, getting close to 1 for Marcus Prince, and a very interesting river card. I mean, is this just a mandatory stuff from Ivan? Yeah, so it's just went bet, bet, bet. I mean, this is the perfect run out with the ace of spades. I think he just has to put it in. Surprisingly picks a half pot size of just under. Yeah, that's interesting. I would just elect to go all in and put max pressure on a 7, an 8, and some weak Jack X. Yeah, this is curious. I would just don't believe this can work because he's going to still, if he calls and is wrong, at 300. It's such a significant pot. I mean, he is high up in the range, although it does just look so strong from Ivan, right? Even stronger than the all-in, which he has that working for him. I think the all-in is stronger. I think this is high. I just can't believe that worked. Honestly, I thought Marcus would have always called that down for under half pot. Pep, give me 1 second. I'm realizing my battery is not charging. That is a problem because my computer might die. So give me 1 second. No worries. So Yao folding ace-3 offsuit there as the chip leader. There's unopened under the gun. 6-5 suited here. I'm just going to probably fold myself. We have Marcus Prince, Wizard of Oz on similar stacks here. Versus the thing is you're up against a really tight under the gun range here. So I think you want to defend a little bit higher up, possibly a hand like 10-9 suited would be my bottom. If a Damo had opened, I prefer defending more because you're up against a wider range. But such a tight range, very pair heavy, Broadway heavy. I understand you can argue that against the Damo, he's going to share more of your cards. You'd prefer to just be live yourself. But I think versus tight ranges, respect it. And I would just muck the 6-5. Just my take. I could be very wrong there. Chun-Li, let's see if he expands to every most suited combos here. Because I think my bottom might be Queen 5, Queen 4 suited here. I'm definitely opening Jack 7 suited. Let's see if he expands to Jack 4. Yeah, that's not sure. No. That would be quite interesting. He's thinking about it though. Tried it. Didn't work. Wizard here of 13. I think he's gonna fold the Queen 9. He would take King 9 suited for a min raise. We might just see a walk here. But I'm curious to see how wide he wants to limp here. Yeah. Not good enough. 10-8 offsuit, he might limp for his bottom. It's just not laying up. Is there another plug somewhere? There.
right there. Let's test
Kings
that
for
one.
Victor here. Definitely going to open.
That one was not considered.
Oh, wow. And aces for Maslak. Wow.
It's not working either.
Let's see if he slow plays off 22 blinds here. Just so it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah. This is not the one.
It's a nice squeeze spot for Adamo as well. So there might be a slow play here.
Here.
Nah, he just plays the shove. Wow. Wow. And Jeff has Victor as well. He's picking up hearts here. 12%. Wow. Any king, any heart. Does not hit it. It's just a sick caller there. Everyone flashing their heart, letting Victor know why he didn't get there. All right, Adamo gonna play very passive with the other chip leader here, a little limping. I wonder how wide Ivan wants to play. Like in general, Ivan will want to raise a lot here, but King 7 does okay as a check back as well.
Guys, my computer is going to die. Officially, no outlets work in the room, any room where I'm at. So, Pav, you're going to have to go. We could be driverless, Pav. You might have to miss
I'll
your
take
Olympics.
care of it. Don't worry.
No, I know, but if you have to go and I have no power, we might be driving rogue here, guys. And oh my God, my $500 free roll. The chat is alive at 1.5 million for 500, guys. All right, if you guys like drama, if you like free rolls, hit the thumbs up. In the meantime, I may cut out at any second because we have no. Oh, it worked. Something worked.
Sweet.
We're back. And the chat is alive on a free roll. What a moment for everyone involved. Action is big. Action is there. What happened? Catch me up. My man has 1.5 million. He had aces.
Yeah, Victor opened with kings and he shoved aces, Victor called, and he held aces. So, wow. That's a big one.
Wow. Sick coolers, sick action, and a little stress there. I didn't realize it was not charging. So, all right, we're settled in. We're locked in. We got our wagers. And what are you playing at the World Series, Pav? Are you going bracelet hunting? Are you partying? Are you relaxing? You're having a baby. First of all, congrats.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, having a baby in October. I'm here for another 3 weeks, I think. First week here, I got COVID like 3 days in, so I've just been quarantining for most of it. I've only played 6 tournaments. But yeah, I'm not too I'm just gonna have fun here. I'm almost looking to have more fun than play poker. You know, I'm just playing when I feel like. I'm not trying to force it too much, which is why I mentioned I've got the Vegas Olympics today, which is just 20 dudes getting together, competing in like 10 different sports. And yeah, it's like 5 teams of 4. So the winning team gets like 40 grand, and then we'll just divide it. So like 10K each, which should be nice. So it's going to be pretty intense.
Very nice. That does sound. What's your strongest game, do you think? Do you know all of them? Have you looked at the sheet thoroughly, or are you just kind of winging it and you know a few?
Well, there's darts, soccer, tennis. I'm pretty good all round. My weakest game's probably soccer, but I'm very competitive. Like, I think our team, like, we just have a very competitive team, which is going to be like our biggest edge.
Beautiful. Look at this. We got to defend 5-6 suited. I guess you can see him tanking there. He knows it's close, right? You don't really want to be going that wide, but for that price, does defend. What's your cutoff there for calling in his spot, would you say, Chun-Li Zhao with that situation?
It's uncomfortable because he's up against a really tight range, but I'm definitely defending. I'll defend everything suited, and like maybe 3 deuce suited should be a fold, but I'm still defending that. I think every suited connected hand should be fine because like Chun-Li, ultimately, it's not going to affect his stack too much. You know, they're going to still be a top 3, top 4 stack, whatever it is. So they're totally fine just defending and check folding. And like also their realization is really nice, you know, like Victor is just going to be checking back on a lot of 9 high boards, for example. Oh wow, shoving a call wizard.
Well, here we got an all call. Wizard has the best hand. Double gutter, max action. Let's see the turn. Oh, just the absolute nuts. Big swing for our wager. That was actually, you had wizard. You do not have Victor, right?
So I've got Yao Poker, Chun-Li, and Adamo, and Marcus Prince, I think. So I still got 4 players. That can't be right, is it? Chun-Li, Yao Poker, Adamo, and Marcus Prince. That's 4 I've got left. One of my players just got eliminated, so that can't be right.
So I have Ivan. I have Chun-Li Zhao, I think.
Oh, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay.
Yeah, Pat, come on. Let's just keep it. Let's keep
My
it down the
bad.
center of the fairway here. We got serious stuff in the chat. The beautiful, lovely YouTube chat has Maslak in with 1.5 million. All of a sudden, this is man, wow, this is exciting. This is nice. Moneymaker a few weeks back gave a free roll, and the chat capitalized. I actually believe. I'm actually a bit embarrassed. I think that we owe a free roll to the chat. I'm going to follow up with that. And you know, Pat, when you do a lot of giveaways, sometimes it can slip your mind. So we got to make sure we honor that giveaway. You guys are in play for a $500 giveaway today, and I'm going to double back check, and we will make sure we get out. I'm going to handle that actually today. We'll make sure there's a giveaway done for that Moneymaker stream because I believe you guys did capitalize on that. So I apologize for the delay. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit that thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. It helps everything. It's just nice, Pat. We don't want to sit here. I haven't hit the thumbs up yet myself. I'm going to do that. We appreciate you guys doing that. And let us know where in the world you are watching from. And here, Yao Poker with the nice overpair to the board, getting a little Adamo treatment here. Ace-8 suited, putting on some high pressure. This will be interesting how Yao continues. I don't know how he can not call here. Let's see what he does. Okay, so
when Adamo raised, Yao called pre or 3-bet pre? He would have called, right?
Yes.
And I think Adamo went bet.
Yeah, and now the fives. This is the interesting spot where Adamo's he's blocking aces. He's got one of the worst hands he probably could have here, and I guess he just decides, though, is there somehow a chance his opponent could have like king queen suited or something, and just in general, what can he get him to fold here? So he does give up essentially, or at least check and decide. What do you think Yao goes with here? Feels comfortable to value?
Yeah, I think he has to value, but ultimately, like, he's targeting 9x and pocket tens and some hero calls, maybe from 7-8 suited if he's opening that wide and barreling the turn as well. I mean, ultimately, it's also fine to give up with ace-8 because, it's worth so much more bluffing and getting cold on the river because it's ICM now. So you almost want to have the absolute perfect hand. And in that spot, he's up against a really tight range in EP. So giving up seems fine. I wonder what Vlad's doing here with sevens, because this is a wide-ish range, but like Adamo doesn't have a big stack with Chun-Li, Yao Poker, Ivan, and Maslak. So sevens might just fold here. I would fold sevens personally. I think this range is too tight. He's opening into 7 players. So this will be very interesting. Whereas if Ivan Luca opened, I would always shove sevens from the small blind.
Yeah, it's interesting to note, and he is aligned with your thought process. Now, 2-5s, getting a good price will peel. King 10 off, going to take the lead on the King 4 deuce. If you have 2-5s, tricky hand to play against Adamo. This is one of the things I think Adamo is so great at, extracting value. And because he's so aggressive, because he takes these spots, he puts people in really uncomfortable spots often where they're just like, it's like, how can you possibly think to fold fives on this flop versus this player? Although it is against under the gun, I think for sure going to peel one. Let's see what Maslak comes up with when the check raise, Pav. Check raise.
Yeah, this is interesting because there shouldn't be much of a check raising range in this board with ICM. Maslak has 4s and deuces, yes, but he's folding King 4, King deuce pre-flop. He might defend King 4 suited, King deuce suited, of course. But I think some natural hands at check raise here are going to be like 6-5 suited, ace-3, ace-5 suited. Pocket fives, I think, is quite nice as well. Gets called by some worse hands, clears out some equity. I think it's quite nice. Wonder what Adamo does here.
Yeah, so I mean, he hits absolute gin.
Maslak, what's Maslak doing here with all of his 2 pairs and sets? He's likely continuing to bet, right? Maybe King Queen he plays a check on the turn with. Yeah, I'm almost more in favor. Like I would have expected some check back there with top 2 just to keep his range wide. Like even if Maslak has ace-5, ace-3, an ace hitting is not that big a deal. It's only bad if he has I mean, obviously with the gutter there, if you hit a straight, it would suck. But there's not much King X that plays check raise, check call there. Maybe some King Queen, but King Jack just isn't an appealing check raise versus an under the gun range that tight.
Yeah, very interesting hand. And you did see Adamo sort of figure it out too, though, right? He went with the small sizing. It's kind of just like welcoming his opponent in. And here, 8-9 suited, looks interested on the open.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see how wide you want to 3-bet the 8-9 suited here or call. Like, I don't think it's going to be a call. It's going to be a 3-bet or a fold. This would be a pretty wide range still as well for Yao Poker. So it's an interesting one to 3-bet. I guess off this stack, you want to have some stronger blockers. Maybe a hand like King 9, King 10 suited is way more appealing. And you can 3-bet 8-9 suited in the cutoff versus a hijack open that's wide. The overcall with Jack 8. Oh, sorry, no, he just defended Jack 8, excuse me. Yeah, even the defenders are quite interesting. Like for me, my bottom's a lot tighter here. I take like Jack 9 offsuit would be my bottom. Even that is like debatable.
Yeah, I mean, Adamo's so comfortable. I would imagine too. He's just very familiar with all these players. He plays the Super Millions, weekly. And excuse me, he's
gonna check raise here. I can see a check raise. It's like, how can you not with a Jack of Spades 8?
Yeah, the wheels are spinning.
He's up against he's up against a wide range. I can see it. There it is.
Man, just seems to have all the right answers. And Yao Poker, though, with the Queen of Spades, is there any getting frisky here? Is there any floating, getting creative? I mean, it's a tricky guy to do it, but you can see it's not a snap fold. Whenever they don't snap fold, the wheels are spinning. We could see some high tech stuff going here. Let's see what he comes up with.
I think in theory, continuing with 2 overs and a spade, of course, makes sense. But like, I'm just in favor of folding because why put yourself in a very marginal spot when you can fold and remain second in chips, especially against a range that has all the 6x still. Of course, he's not going to have like 6-4 offsuit, 6-5 offsuit might even be folding, but he still has a lot of 6x. So I think continuing that wide is like kind of, he'd almost rather have like ace of spades, queen, because Adamo might be using more like Queen of Spades X. So yeah, I think it's just fine. Like, it's just too marginal to bother.
Yeah, and here we got the ace queen in the small blind. We see an open from Charlie Zhao, and it is a flat. So Ivan Luca in the big blind with an absolute, a rag of a hand gets out of the way, and ace queen is going to take a big lead in this really good spot for Adamo, who now has the best hand. Basically a hammer lock on the hand, and Charlie may go ahead and take a shot, but does not. Checks back ace 10. Now both players have paired their other kicker than the ace. So let's see what Adamo does here. His board's getting pretty wet. I mean, there's spades, there's straight draws, and I'm sure he is going to want to take control of the pot. Let's see what he does sizing wise here. A lot going on this board. Goes full pot.
I like the big size. He's going to be a little bit worried about Chung Lee having pocket 10s at checks back, but this is nice. You get to draw value from ace king, ace jack, ace 6 of spades. Chung Lee can also check back some queen jack, king queen. So I think this is quite nice and a nice forward up against a really, really tight range there as well. Yeah, I like the check back with ace 10. Yeah, like I said, tight small blind range. Queen high board, I think it's fine. Like, if you start bluffing ace 10 there, you're just going to be firing multiple streets. You're trying to put pressure on ace jack. Not much 8x's in Adamo's range, so you're kind of just running into top pair or a lot there.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, this has gotten, things have evened out a little bit. We did see one elimination. We're down to 8. I missed it as during the power outage situation. Michael Adamo, 2 7s here, going to raise. Not going to have much takers in the blinds. 4 deuce off, not fun to go against out of position with one of the worst hands. So she'll just pick it up. Adamo sort of chipping up though, finding his rhythm. Ivan Lucas still with the chip lead. What is your biggest factor in a spot like this when, let's say, there's 8 left? We were talking about pay jumps earlier in ICM, but forget about that. Like, how do you sort of approach it from a middling stack? I mean, are you just trying to play your best version at a final table, or just depend on your opponents and their ability? How do you approach sort of ICM, and if you decide to kick a gear up or sort of sit back? What are the biggest factors that go through your mind, Pav?
First thing for me is stack distribution. I think is the most important. I take like player ability as like my second factor. So if they've got a lot of chips, like right away, I know I want to be very cautious. As a middling stack, I want to be very, very tight because middling stacks have the most to lose given that they're ahead of short stacks. So the big stacks can obviously do as they please. The short stacks are going to be playing closer to chip EV, and the middling stacks have to be very, very tight. But yeah, if I'm like, say, middling stack and I'm just going to respect big stacks, often, very, very rarely will I be getting out of line. And if they're like a weaker player, then I might get a little bit more out of line. But first and foremost, it's like stack distribution, respect the big stacks, and then figure out what kind of player they are.
Wow,
because
really,
you don't need to be really good. You don't like you could have like a really splashy crazy guy at the table with a bunch of chips. You know, like that you could be a lot better than them, but ultimately they're able to push you around the ICO model. They can do as they please. You know, equities in poker, equities are still running close. So it almost doesn't matter how good you are sometimes. If you're up against if you're out of position up against an aggressive player who can just fire a bunch, it's tough to combat that when you have to play tight.
Yeah, absolutely. We see Vlad get a huge shove there. King 5 suited, probably one of the not many hands that Don was going to open and fold for that shove, but he did find one and good pick up there, keeping Vlad in the game. And Charlie's got nines in a sandwich here. He does have the best hand currently, but has to proceed caution. There is two players here. Going to see if he goes for a bet or a check and slips it over to Victor Malinowski, who has a backdoor nut flush draw, backdoor straight draw, but really not a great flop for his hand against two opponents. To see what he comes up with. He does go for the bet, about quarter pot.
Yeah, I like the call pre with A7 suited. I think a lot of people will play like 3-bet or fold here, which is understandable. But the reason calling works so well is he's up against the widest range at the table. So like when it folds to the hijack, he's going to be the widest player given that he's the biggest stack. So flatting A7 suited just works out quite nice. And betting the flop, you know, backdoor flush draw is nice. When he bets A7, he makes Ace9, Ace10 offsuit fold. That's a big win. He probably gets King Queen to fold sometimes, which is nice. So I think it's a nice barrel. This is Jack is just horrendous for him to continue on. So I think he will likely give up. If it was a Jack of Hearts, I could see him maybe betting, but with the backdoor flush draw, I just see it's a side give up here. It's a nice bet though. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, 2 nines, obviously more comforting when the jack comes, less likely your opponent has a jack. Your hand's pretty high up in range, and you know there may just sort of assess it out here that this is not a spot that he wants to try to go for, although he does realize that he does not have the best hand. So
he could be chopping as well here, though. He could be up against Ace Queen, Ace King. I think just checking is maybe he wants to play shove here or pot size, but I feel like if you're betting here, you want to play pot or all in. He might just put him on like a very ace high heavy and try and free roll a fold here. Interesting. I guess he's just trying to rep here. You just don't rep much when you do this. Like, what's your bottom of your value range here? You're obviously betting all your jack X. Like, you have 9s and 10s are shoving pre-flop. You have Ace-8 suited. Maybe Ace-8 suited your worst hand, but for a small size, like Ace Queen, Ace King is going to look you up so much. So I don't quite get that small bet in position. I'm just going to check back there or play pot or all in. The small bet is an interesting one. I think he was just trying to put Ace-9 in a tough spot, but even then, like, are you going to make the chip leader or one of the chip leaders fold ace high for a quarter pot on a double paired board there?
Yeah, I'm such a fan of Victor's game. We were super impressed last time when he took it down and some of the plays he made. But yeah, that one, I would be curious to hear his line of thinking. But obviously playing at a high level, so you know, see what his exact thought process was. Damo just going to pick it up, 10 deuce off with some aggression, separates himself. Tough player to be against in the blind battle. That's definitely not one of the guys you want to draw up. He's very familiar with his spots and going to put you in some tough situations. Here we see Maslach with ace 10 off. Going to be curious if he just picks it up or if Adamo decides to get out of line here. Definitely a stack you could put pressure on, right? There's 3 stacks with half of this player's stack. So, I mean, this seems like a candidate of a time to go to like 260.
Yeah, yes and no. I think the reason I'm not a big fan of 3-betting ace 4 here is that Maslach is opening into the big stack. which is, he wants to be pretty tight. And I think off the stack they're like what, 35. Like I would typically use more like ace 5 through ace 9 offset here. So I mean, aggression I guess just works great here. Perhaps his read is that Maslach is going to be opening too wide on the bottom there, but yeah, I think Maslach is just going to be very tight in general with Ivan and the big blinds. I would just use better ace X, like ace 7, ace 8, suited aces. Ace 4 is a aggressive play for sure.
Yeah, well, he went right at 260 on the nose and took it down 1.9 million. Nice pickup there. He is hovering in basically tied for second with 3 other players. So again, this is a theme we see a lot of times at final table. There's sort of 2 categories of players, the ones that are at the top and the ones at the bottom. And it's always interesting to see. And this is not going to work for Victor with aces on just calls. Going to need some running 2 pairs, running straights or running clubs. And Adamo has got his man with $1 million in the pot. We saw Victor make a ridiculous fold with no chips, really. I mean, here, obviously, just not going to be doing that.
Wow.
I mean, is this a real, listen, that's not a real turn, right? It just can't be that. Oh, come on. Just stop. Stop it. Stop it. A deuce is shown just for fun at the bottom.
Clubs.
That was a wildly wild card. That was a big swing in the table dynamics. We would have had Adamo in the chip lead, a very talented Victor go out, players pay jump instead. We are back, and Victor going to potentially just take out a player. 8s could get saved, likely going to go jam here from Marcus Prince.
Damn.
And Vlad going to get saved, and this is all kind of going south for Pav and his bets at the moment. But hey, I've seen it all. It's not over till it's over. A lot of play left. But that was big. That was pretty big. Marcus Prince really thinking about this, but ultimately says, you know what? Let's play for it. He is going to be in a 4-1 position.
He's left a little bit behind, which is nice, allowing players to shove behind him who are just going to have like jacks plus. So that's nice sizing here. No one else folded a jack or a 10. Just something to note.
He says tilt knows he could be in trouble or a flip. It is in trouble. Barney Rubble, can he find gin? Not so far. 2 more pulls at it. Needs a 10 that is only a non-heart 10. That is 1 out left in the deck, and that's hard to do. Doesn't appear to be so. So running deuces, that's going to put GG out. A lot of cards showed. Vlad's going to show he's got 8. There's a little photo of Marcus Prince there. Over 3.6 million earnings. One of the very talented players, Austrian crusher, and very nice score there. Very, very nice. Very nice result. Another big hand getting passed out here. Another couple big hands, Pat. You might make your Olympics on time after all. I mean, these people are getting dealt in. Kings, jacks, deuces.
Jeez, Adamo, you poor bloke. This is the second time Adamo has 3-bet Maslach, so maybe he slow plays kings here, potentially. But I can see usually just 4-betting here. It's going to be an even tighter range here for Adamo, so just getting all the money in against queens and jacks and ace king is important.
Yeah, it gets snap called, as you said. I mean, jack's a big hand, but in this situation, even bigger. Let's see if Adamo can find magic here. Not so far. Goes to the river, picks up some outs, has a 9 or a jack, 6 outs, 1 to come. Dealer, what do we got? It is a brick 3, 2.4 million. The YouTube chat is on fire. They're tied basically for the chip lead for a free $500. All right, listen, if you're not hitting that thumbs up button and you got a free $500 free roll, I need you to evaluate yourself. Take a look in the mirror. You are here, and if you don't like what's going on, we got an exciting down the stretch. Adamo is going to be in a 4-1 dog against, I mean, this actually might be, we might get to see 5 3-way here, right? Yao is going to play, and then does he fold to Vlad's 535? I guess he could. Yeah, not. I mean, we puts 260 out there.
He clicked it. Interesting. I would have thought he just called here and then folded to Vlad going all in, because Vlad is going to play very tight. That's even 140k here. Yeah, now he's almost.
Good news for Vlad. Yeah, that's a super interesting spot. I think in the moment you're trying to and he is saying OMG. It is a bit of an OMG because he's gonna looks like have to call 300 to win 1.4 roughly. So I mean that the price is right, pretty much in any situation.
I think he has to call. An ace would be huge for my horse here.
Don't say that. It just shouldn't come like that much. Look at
An
that. Damo's got life. Oh my goodness. Oh, he doesn't want the queen. This is intense. Slow peel, please.
Wow.
Ooh. Double up for Vlad, and my guy in the back is on his way. Adamo is out the door. Maslach is in, and people are firing. There he is, Adamo, 8.6 million on GG alone, 3.8 million in Super Millions earnings. Pretty impressive for the man that has done it all on the live streets as well. So we'll bow out Adamo, and we will see six-handed poker pav. We have got a fast start, 56,000 for 71K, almost 72K guaranteed, getting close to that six-figure score. What's your biggest online score, Pav?
My biggest, I think it's like 80,000. Yeah, 80,000.
Okay. You got a lot of those. I've seen a lot of deep runs, a lot of big scores. How often are you streaming at the moment? You're taking off for Vegas? Are you still getting some Twitch streams in, or will that be after the World Series?
Right now, I'm not streaming anything until I get back from Vegas. So like July 15, I'll go back to streaming 4 or 5 times a week. And then in October, when I have a baby girl, I'm going to be probably streaming a couple times a week just for the first like month or so.
It's exciting, man. Good. But baby, I got a 3-year-old now. I mean, all I can say is congrats and buckle up, man. That is definitely a change in everything. So that'll be exciting. Where's going to be home base?
In Auckland, New Zealand.
Very, very nice. All right. Well, yeah, that's exciting. You got a name yet? Or is that still TBD
No name.
or private?
No name yet. Yeah, we're yet to think of one.
It's hard. I can't. It took me until the day up. We didn't have one, and then we still went with the very generic, Joseph. It's nothing creative, but it just right. We kind of looked at him and knew that was his name. So
yeah,
that'll be fun. That's how it goes. All right, we got Ivan Luca here, 6-7 against A6 off. Got a little equity on a gut shot. Let's see if he has any plans. A6 decides to check back. Jack pairs makes A6 feel a little more comfortable, I'm sure. Ivan Luca wouldn't be telling much of a story if he went for a bet now, but he also may determine that his opponent just has a bit of showdown value, and it could be a weak ace. And let's see if he attacks it. Does he go for like an overbet or something creative here? He's got basically the worst hand he can have. 200 in the middle. He's got 2.5 million. Has the chip lead. All right, nice hand. A6 off, picks it up, 1.5 million for Vlad. Yao Poker at 1.5 million. Everyone's got some chips though. This is actually kind of interesting how the stacks have evened out. Really, really pretty even game here.
Yeah, there was a lot of short stacks at the start.
Yeah, King Jack suited gonna open. Yeah, gonna open up, pick it up. What you'll play the main event? You have any other events that stand out for you that you're looking forward to there?
I'll definitely play the main. Before then, I'm just gonna play. Like, I'm not gonna force anything. I think it's so easy to burn out. I'm just gonna play whatever I feel like playing. Like whatever, anything up to 5K that looks good, I'll jump in for sure. But yeah, the 10K, I'm definitely not gonna miss. I'll probably do like a vlog on YouTube as well. So there's always that.
Which one? The 10K 6 max?
The 10K main event. I'll definitely do a vlog for.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that'll be fun. I got to go for a few days. I'm missing the WSOP this year primarily, but I did get to go, and I was very impressed. I love the layout, much more friendly, better, bright, vibrant than previous years at the World Series at the Rio. So that was it's a really nice change. They're doing a great job there. So I'm sad to miss the main event. It is kind of historic, right? The new venue, new opportunity, new whole deal, and yeah, it'd be cool to play that. So do you sell any action for that? Do you do anything on any of the sites or any type of can people buy a sweat of you anywhere, or do you not do any of that?
I haven't sold any action yet. I think the issue with like selling action is like when they withhold taxes, like taxing 30% after 5,000 profit. So it just becomes a little bit messy and like tough to deal with in the future. How about this 10-4 3-bet? Just picking 2 random cards, 3-betting 10-4 versus under the gun here. Chun Li. I mean, that's the horse versus the chat's horse.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't like, I mean, the chat is in it with 2.1 million for 500 US dollars coming possibly your way. I mean, you are from the situation, 9 of 9 into basically tied for second with 6 left. It's definitely obtainable. So let's see. And this is quite a flop here. The Stone Colds, Pav.
Wow.
Slips it over. Got to feel good. Chunley got a great hand to be barreling. He's got 1 club, 2 overs. Definitely going to be likely going quarter pot. Oh, hello. That's a welcome sight for the 4-5 suited.
Interesting size. The chat's might be making some money here. I mean, the chat's making like $100 an EV right now.
Yeah. Oh, this is big. I mean, the thing is, I guess his thought is like, yeah, I was thinking with that sizing, man, I just goes for the raise. I guess at the same time, if you get called there, they're going to be checking back a lot. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think is that a mandatory call, or do you like trying to get it in there if you just think your opponent might have the overpair?
Yeah, so for me, it's just a mandatory call, but I think his reasoning is like it's quite unnatural to big size that board, since the small size kind of does the same job. So when he is big sizing, I think he's just targeting like 8s, 9s, 10s, jacks. I think he just weights him towards those hands very heavily, and he just got a little bit excited there. And I mean, if he does have an overpair, then check raising is the play, right? You get all the chips in there, like 40 big blinds deep, or I think they were more than that. So yeah, I don't mind it.
Very interesting. And also here, this King 9 Ivan Luca gets a miracle turn after Ace Jack suited. Did Ace Jack suited check back on the flop, I believe?
I believe it did, yeah. Which is interesting. I think you just need to continue betting there with top pair. I don't think you should be looking for the absolute driest boards to see bet. I think at the end of the day, just top pair, like 10-8 offsuit, sure, big blind has. I mean, I don't mind, however, like, you could just see bet Jack 10, Queen Jack, not having any straight blockers deep versus someone else is like kind of annoying, but like everyone's at the same stack here. So there's not like a heap of ICM pressure on you. Let's say if Victor and Vlad had like, 10 big blinds each, then I like checking back a little bit more.
Right. All right. Well, we have still got 6 left. Lot to play for. There is a absolute ton going on here. Ace-7 suited, Ace-9 off. I mean, this has got the makings of, I was saying when it starts, it can go a couple different ways. This is pretty jumbled here. This definitely could fairly deep, and everyone's got a relatively close stack. So no clear winner at the moment. I mean, Ivan Luca does still have the chip lead. Based on now, if you had to make a pick now, who do you feel like is kind of playing the best, or things might best seat, how it's working out? Anything that stands out to you?
No player is standing out heaps right now. Right, I would just have to go with the biggest stack. I think they're all playing quite nice. Like Ivan is just probably the favorite right now. Mass, like, debatable 4-5 check raise, possibly a better just call there. Chunli is for sure the most aggressive. Like that 10-4 offset 3-bet, just no respect. And this Ace-7 bluff is an interesting one. Great for me.
Yeah. It is fun, right? It's fun to do a little draft and have a little extra rooting interest. And I'll tell you what, the chat is loving it. They are in the mix here. Guys, if you're excited about a 500 opportunity, I think you're right. The EV, that was a big pot and could have been bigger. It does pick it up, and here has a favorable flop as well, likely to get to showdown with the winner. He's got the King 10, goes for a 20% bet, and 9s, playing it coy, calls one time, and is going to have a hard time winning the pot, though.
It should just check down a lot here. I think even 9s without a diamond could continue just one straight, because the range should be pretty wide on the cutoff.
Yeah.
I wonder if I see a wild bluff here. No. Chunli may have put it out.
Unconventional, checks back top, throws in the 10-4, roger that, 3-bet offsuit, and just playing it. He's doing doing a few different things than probably the standard, but that's also hard to play against sometimes. So we'll see how that works out. Definitely unconventional. Get a walk for Victor in the big blind. Also, Victor having a nice spin up from his short stack. So far, so good for Victor. And Ivan been fairly quiet. I mean, nothing rocket science. Did 3-bet the ace queen suited instead of flatting, as you said, and then made a pretty standard fold after that, but definitely could have flatted to start. Yeah, I think everyone's playing pretty well, pretty solid. The 10-4 suited, 10-4 offsuit was definitely the most unconventional thing that we saw, and shows that Chun-Li is not afraid to mix it up. And look at this,
Wow.
the Jack-8 off.
I'm quite surprised from both players. The raise pre, like the 30 effective, I understand you want to be like pretty polar. I would start using more like 10-3, Jack-3 suited, and like bluff with some like Jack-7, Jack-8, King-8 offsuit. I think it's a weird raise, and I think the 3-bet is almost weirder. Like I think Jack-8 plays really nice as just a defender as well. I guess some benefits of 3-betting Jack-8 is you can make Victor fold King-8, King-7, King-9 offsuit, which is nice. But yeah, interesting one from both players. I'm very surprised at the Jack-3 use there.
And this could get super interesting because Maslach has the goods, ace king and ace 3 suited, one of those button hands. This is a very big sizing though. This is extraordinarily big.
It's quite large. I don't think it's awful given that this heavy ICM, you just want to make it big because you don't want to play too many pots. But I would aim for something closer to like 300 here, 320 for my big size. Victor might just put it in here. It's one of those hands that just play nice as a 4-bet shove. But Maslach, has he gotten that out of line so far? We haven't seen anything crazy from him yet, have we? There it is.
Wow.
I think he was attracted to the big
chat is in it. Could have 4 million if they can hold. Good start to the turn. Ooh, chop opportunities. This is sick. Huge sweat.
Oh my goodness. The 9 of clubs in the turn, and now the 3 in the
guys. When I see, I'll say this. I'm not saying online. All I'm saying is when I see the turn board pair, when the player's behind, and then you see the river miracle, it's so wild. It's such an emotional, like that flop for ace king was so big. Like gets aces, he's not out. Victor though, up to 3 million. The chat just took one on the head, Pat. Can we take a second and everyone calm down at home? Don't unlike the chat. Don't unlike your button from earlier because you're still in it. You got 1.1 million. You almost had the chip lead 4 million. That is a huge swing and a very dangerous player up to 3.1 million. What a swing for the tournament right there. And a knockout. I mean, that one hurt. That hurts the players that are remaining for sure in several ways. Wow. Poker's crazy, right? I mean, it's just like life. It's variance. It's crazy. You might have a boy, you might have a girl, in a spot, like big things, big life-changing things. Were you rooting for a boy or girl? No preference? Did you have any thoughts, emotions? I mean, obviously as men, I think as a whole, if you ask the average male, they'd say, I want to have at least one boy. Maybe it doesn't matter if it's first or second, but give me a little look inside the mind of what you were thinking when you were doing the reveal.
Yeah, I was rooting for a boy for sure. Mainly like for selfish reasons, like I want someone like real sporty. I want to kind of see myself grow up as well. I thought that would be cool. However, like I'm really close to my nieces ahead of my nephews. Like girls are just more fun to be around, in my opinion, growing up. So there is that. But, like during the teenage years, I'd prefer to have a boy. So I'm fine with either. Like we'll have more kids. So I'm sure I'll get a boy eventually. But yeah, at first I wanted a boy, and now I'm stoked to be having a girl.
Yeah, it's I think it's, again, it's just great, whatever it is, whatever it comes, how it works. But I think that's true. Fundamentally, as men, we do want to have a boy at some point. But you're young. How old are you? 28, 27?
I'm 29 now.
All right. So you got plenty of time. Get things going here. And top pair versus mid pair, Ivan Luka going for a larger sizing and does get called. Pretty big brick.
I like the open from Victor. You can open everything suited there. King Queen checked back the flop though for Ivan, which was interesting. And then he bet the turn. Surely he goes for value here. Something like between 3 and 500K. There it is. Just a bit more than the half pot.
And I mean, everything misses. The Jack Deuce, definitely going to be curious here. Fresh off some found chips. Does he want to put 340,000 to see this one?
Yeah,
and think about how likely.
Yeah, you can have all the ace-x of diamonds, 10-9 suited, sure, but he has like queen 10. He could be bluffing ace 10 as well. Like, just look at that. Look at that like list right there. Wizard of Oz, Marcus Prince, Michael Adamo. All three of my 4 horses just out right away.
Wow. We bet 5 grand or 500? I forgot.
500. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Wow. Ace King, Ace Queen. Ivan Luca could get himself in a nice spot. Although Chunley, we saw him go for some wild 3-bets. Definitely could flat here, given the stacks and situations. Although it is 6-hand, it's a pretty strong hand. Ace Queen versus the chip leader open here. I mean, you got to feel pretty comfortable with the best hand. So I'll be curious what he goes with here.
I think mainly he's just going to call here because you don't want to get it all in for like, what is that, 35 big blinds. I think Ace Queen, both offsuited and suited, are just like mandatory call here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, listen, you can't use the word mandatory with Chunley.
Yeah,
he's got. You can't. He's got some tricks. He's got some things up his sleeve, and this is a interesting board. I mean, if you flat Ace Queen off, definitely not where you're going to go away for 1 bet, especially not quarter pot. So we see a call, and he is really up against it here. Except potential, one of the few ways that he could win, one of the only ways, the running Jack 10. So there's part of the puzzle. Let's see what Ivan comes up with here. Sizing here. Okay, goes a little smaller. Probably realizing the type of hands he's against. I mean, I guess the only thing is if your opponent has like 9s or 8s or some hands 6s, it's like you're giving him a price, or you're betting that maybe he has Ace Jack or Ace 10 or Ace Queen. That's probably the most likely hands you're up against. So he does go for a sizing where if you have Ace Jack, you can't really get away. No player with a club in their hand, 750 in the middle. Is there a version where Ivan does anything but value bet here?
I mean, Ivan surely is worried about Ace 10, Ace Queen of clubs, King 10, like all the King X of clubs as well. Not having the King of clubs is really rough here. I can see a check here for sure. I mean, Chun-Li's going to reach the river with a lot of King X of clubs, King Jack as well for a full house, a lot of Ace X of clubs. You're probably not getting value from 8s, 9s, and 10s. So I could definitely see a check here. It's a really bad river.
I would agree. Ivan just seems to go for such thin value, though. Generally, I would agree with you. I do think he's going to come with something. I guess like the only real hands is like Ace Jack, right, that you get value from.
Yeah, I mean King Queen,
Wow.
King 10 suited. Like
Wow.
It's at the end of the day, it's trips. Like it's a strong hand. You're beating like all the other King X in their range as well. A lot of it, at least. It's tough for Chun-Li to get too out of line here. I feel like had he checked there, I could see Chun-Li bluffing sometimes as well. Maybe we see a wild shove here. I mean, if he's picking the 10-4 offsuit on the button versus under the gun, like maybe we see him some bizarre shove here with no club.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, you don't really mind who wins the spot here. You've got both horses. He really wants the hero call. He's beating Queen 10, 10-9 suited, Ace 10. It's tough because having an ace and a queen there is blocking Ace King and King Queen, so it's semi-appealing, but I think when the club comes in, it's just he wants to never continue there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could have gone worse. Chun-Li definitely, I mean, there's scenarios where he loses the big pot, but Ivan does still chip up 3.5 million. Victor is also sitting very healthy. Blinds are on the rise. We are going to play to a winner today. 247,000 going to first place. Big sweat, 193 per second. Have you played the Super Millions? How often you get to play this, Pav? Have you, and there's a bunch of different, I mean, there's some juiced up ones. There's huge payouts and purses like 1.3 million, 900K, over the series, I believe in May. How often have you gotten to dabble in this when you play? Have you fired this a few times?
Yeah, I've played it twice, only twice. I'm yet to cash, but I played it recently, actually, like 2 months ago. Yet to cash, but I did enjoy myself. I'll be playing it for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely the best tournament running weekly on the net. Pleased to have you here. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're having fun. I got my man AllinPav joining. We have to lose you in probably
Like
a bit,
you got
right?
me for 5 more minutes. Yeah.
5 minutes only. Okay. Well, wow. I thought there was a chance that it could be over. That would be a stretch, but we got a ways to go. We're going to be playing down to a winner. We're going to be playing to a winner, and we've got some play left still. So
what happened in this hand here? Yao 3-bet versus the big stack or the second big stack. He 3-bet from the big blind, c-bet flop, which like a very interesting hand to use here with the eights, but I guess he's just up against a really wide range. He likes it. Very surprising still. Bets a flop, check turn, and he's hoping to just go to showdown here against ace high. I can see Victor bluffing though. He can make jacks fold. He blocks ace king, blocks aces. Sweet Kiwi Pie in the chat. What's up, mate? How you doing? This is a really, correct me if I'm wrong, this went 3-bet pre, bet flop, check turn, bet river. Does the chat see this any other way? Because it's like very interesting hand to 3-bet to begin with. And I wonder what Victor does here if he gets out of line, because we saw him shove it in with the ace 3 suited. He's got to be tempted versus this line with an ace, like it's not the worst. You block ace king, you block aces. He could try and make jacks and tens fold here. So he might play the raise to 700K. It's like a zoo back there for you, Jeff.
It got a little chaotic. I had to clear the runway. This is one of those things. Pat, get used to it. This is partly training to be a father, right? To realize there are distractions, and it's not as easy. I apologize for the noise, guys. Got the rugrats run around causing havoc, and ace 10 off. Look at this, man. This is a bad man.
That's a wild one. All right, Victor continuing with the aggression. I love it. I think he's going to open pretty much every king, every ace here.
You hear the howling in the background. The kids are going, can you hear that or no? Can you hear that now?
No,
or not anymore?
I can't hear anything.
Some all right, chaos going on for a bit. But all right, ace king, king 3.
Nice, very nice limp. Like Victor's just going to be super, super aggressive. He might be raising here with like 75% of hands, which is a lot. So it's a great spot to limp shove. Finds a check back, great timing.
Yeah, that's a great, you just said great timing. Something the great players do. They just seem to have great timing. And this is a very interesting flop. Let's see what Victor comes up with. Just doesn't want to give away any free chips.
Yeah, I mean, I think he wants to have, like, king high has some showdown value. He doesn't want to barrel without a club. I think I like the check with ace king as well, because it gets uncomfortable playing 3 streets on most runouts. So checking without a club there with ace king also seems quite nice. All right, we'll do 3 more hands and I have to get going, but it's been fun.
It has been. This has been some high-level stuff. We saw some interesting plays, interesting runouts, and some dramatic hands. The queen jack suited to aces was pretty spicy. And then what else what happened to Maslak? I don't want to bring it up to the chat because they got the $500 free roll, but it was dramatic.
It was ace king, yeah. It was ace king versus ace 3.
Oh, ace king received it.
Yeah. Victor shoved ace 3 suited for like, I think 35 big blinds or 40 big blinds. Was a big one.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough spot. Yeah, that sizing was cagey, right? He actually got him to go for it there. I don't know, maybe if it would have been the same result anyway. But that was definitely interesting to see that Victor just seems like a mandatory in his mind. He's just like, I'm doing it with this hand, this situation, and it doesn't matter. I do think it may be a bit of a misstep based on how Maslak's playing. Maybe to think like, hey, how wide do you think he really is there, Pav? You know, that's my only thing about that hand, where I just don't know, is he going to show up with a lot of hands? He's going to take that sizing and fold.
Well, yeah, I think a couple things. I mean, they're good players at this table. They're going to be finding the bluffs. So to counter that, having the right four bets makes sense, of course. But like, I think what was most appealing for Victor in that hand was that it was such a big three bet. So I think like he was getting such a good price on shoving that it didn't have to work that much. Like when someone puts extra chips in the middle, you just don't have to. Your bluffs are just going to be more effective. I think that was ultimately what was most appealing for him.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are going to lose AllinPav. I will take you to a final table winner today. This is episode 47 in the Super Millions season 2. Hope you guys are enjoying. Let us know who you think is going to win. You do have a rooting interest if you are at home watching for Maslak. And I am going to, Pav, I'm starting to think about where we're going to dinner, because I'm feeling good with Ivan dead. And Victor.
I am drawing dead. You've got this.
The only thing I feel bad about when we do, I'd rather just bet dinners or something small, because I invite you on as a guest, and then, it's like you come on and potentially could lose money. I mean, it's not over yet. It's not, but it's not looking good. So I'm glad we kept it friendly, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, I guess Yao, is that your best shot?
He's my best shot here, and I look forward to this hand. Victor just has a perfect hand to barrel off as well with the 10. So let's have a look. He goes for a slightly bigger size as well, which is already interesting. I'm surprised he didn't just bet a third pot. I guess like he's picking a big size to start floating out some 9x from Yao, which makes sense. Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. The spade. I mean, when it's your day, it's your day.
Wow.
He's got the spades with the straight. I mean, is there any way, because of that, is there any way he like checks that's a trap, or is just figure his opponent has something on this board and he's got to bet small?
He doesn't have any pairs in his hand, and Yao just shoves. Wow.
Well, that's your guy. That's your pony. It's your boy. Not going to be a king or jack on the river. And is that it? Did you just get swept? Is it 4-0 with the chat one? So I'm free rolling, because if Maslak wins, the chat gets your 500. If not, I just win 500 and we got a dinner. Well, it's going to be somewhere nice. This is, for a sweep, I've never even put the clause in for a 4-0 sweep, because that's almost impossible.
That's nuts, isn't it? That's going to be a first on the show.
It's a first. You guys can chalk it, highlight it, note it, clip it, do whatever you want. That has not happened before. So do you hear the crying or not? Do you hear that, or is it too far away from the mic?
No, it's good on your.
All right, there's chaos. It's chaos over here. Well, guys, we got ace queen, we got kings. It's going fast. There is carnage right now. Ivan Luka, can he hold the classic? You see it so often. Ooh, a little sweaty. Safe to the river. Can he get it done versus Vlad? Does it? Kings, big, proud, powerful. They're big, they're red, and they match. And Ivan Luka, throwing in the emojis. Who is that? We got a GIF out there. It's soccer, it's football, it's exciting. 4.5 to 4.5. And Pat, are we losing you? Is that it? I don't want to overextend
I'm
you.
out. I gotta go officially. Yeah, that's it for me officially. It's been fun though. Thank you very much, guys.
I appreciate you taking the time. That is AllinPav. Give him a follow, Twitch, YouTube, all the socials. He can do it. He's a great streamer, great guy, soon to be a daddy. Thank you so much, Pav. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Sweet. See you soon, Jeff. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers. All right. Well, that's it. We got myself alone. I got you guys, and you guys are in still on a $500 sweat. So great to have you. Great to see you. Thank you for being here, and let's do this together. So we had Pav cover a little over half the final table with us. He did have a prior commitment, but look, during the WSOP, a lot of people are playing live, and we are going to be with you every week. Super Millions on a Tuesday, same time, same place. Great to be here. I'm Jeff Gross. That was AllinPav, and we are down to 4, locked up 117,000, playing for the trophy, playing for about $250,000. And you guys are in the mix. That is Limitless. Yes, Victor Malinowski, some of players' favorite players. And yes, guys, thanks to Mr. Pav for coming in. So we'll sweat it out with you. 10-8, top pair, 4-9, got a little piece. Ivan Luca in position. Let's see what Maslach goes with here. Starts with a check. Ivan Luca not giving up anything, does check. Now the ace on the turn. Snap check from Maslach. Let's see what Ivan comes up with. Has some showdown. See if he wants to put a small bet out there. Take control of the pot. And wow, was that a misclick? Was that a timeout? I just can't imagine playing 10-8 that way. I think he's disconnected, but it was super strange because it didn't look like he was timing out. That was, let's wait till he's back. Class from Victor. And they are probably DQ. Yeah, disconnected. I think he means disconnected, DC'd. His time bank has 13. Yeah, I think so. So good sportsmanship from the guys. And Victor is going to raise. Doesn't want to waste his whole clock. Yeah. But yeah, 4 left. Good sportsmanship. Definitely. Ivan though says, yeah, we can wait for him to come back, but I'm going to, in the meantime, take a light 3-bet A7 off. Pretty sick spot to disconnect with the currently winning hand on the turn facing a bet. All right, that's going to work. That is going to work. All right, aces again. Maslach, boys, girls. Oh, A6 suited could have been a customer at 5-3 off. Not going to be. So this is a flop 5-3 off. So I'm going to get a couple of chips. Going to get a couple of chips likely here. I don't see really a path any other way. Stack to pot ratio. Getting slight 5-3 off, took a chance on calling, but is not going to be putting any more chips in here. So Maslach is back. Good to see him not disconnected. And Queen 9 suited would have done it. Ivan Luca, just not quite enough to call with there, right? It wasn't the implied odds weren't there to flat Queen 9 suited. Would have probably played against some of the other stacks. So as we see at 7-8 suited, risk premium the lowest for Maslach. And just going to go ahead and rip it in. And Chun-Li Zhao with 2 queens. Ace-10 for Malinowski on the button. Interesting spot, four-handed. Two queens is in a good spot. All right, so it does hit the trips. And let's see, goes for a check. So Jack makes a straight. My man Zhao has got some absolute tricks in his sleeve. Does make some interesting plays, some pot control stuff, some light bluffs. Let's see what he's got here. So let's see, does he want to go for value? Does he check? I mean, he loses to a jack and a jack only. Not a super fun spot, but maybe could get called by some 2 pairs. Let's see what he goes with here. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Also knows the opponent is so dangerous. Does he want to give him a chance to get check raised? Using some time bank? I think he will go for a bet ultimately. 383 in the middle, 4 remain, does check. All right, so respect to Ivan Luca, also just respect the situation. Picks up that pot, 1.5 million. We got Maslach in 4th place currently. Lost that draw. It's absolutely crazy, right? It's crazy what's going on here, that you guys are in for Maslach right now. Had my son, sorry, my 3-year-old was had to call someone over here. My 3-year-old was on the side, looked like a dangerous position. We're back in the action, and we have got 2 4s versus King Deuce off. So 9-9-5. We are in a situation now where Ivan Luka has a tied chip lead with Malinowski. King Deuce going to bet here. Not going to shake 4s, surely. Who do you guys got? 4 left. Who do you got to win it? Of course, you want Mazalak for the free roll, but let's see if that is going to be the case or not. I mean, he has got his work cut out. There's about 11 million chips in play, and my man has got 845K. So a lot of work to do. Looks like there's a slight freeze in the system. Anyone have kids out there? Any parents out there? I hope you guys, I hope you can relate. We see a check raise here with the 4s. Playing poker and having kids around, it's definitely an interesting deal. We've got a check raise and a flat with King Deuce. So kind of knows there are some draws that he beats here. And now 4s is going to slow down. Let's see what Victor goes with the King Deuce on the Ace 9-9-5 board. 2 hearts, has a deuce of hearts in his hand. See, he goes for the bet now. Wow, this is, man, I got to say, I'm constantly week in, week out, very impressed with Victor Malinowski's play. And Ivan Luka, though, these guys are such high level players. I mean, you just see, they don't want to give anything away. They know where they're at. He feels like there's something not right there, but he does ultimately give it up. All right, so ace queen, short stack, not really going to get much. The big blind has a non-playable hands, and Ivan Luka has 4.1 million, and second 4.8 for Victor. Chun-Li Zhao is on the 3rd stack, going to give it up. So up to about 1 million chips for Mazalak right now. Almost just over 900,000 chips. King 6 suited, certainly going to open here. Chun-Li Zhao has to be very tight. Jack too soft, probably not going to defend. All right, so we are going to see a small blind, big blind confrontation. Mazalak likely will limp. Guess off of that stack, he could do a couple of things. Few times in poker, it's nice when you have 3 options. He went with the more conservative one, gave it up. Guy should be on the edge of your seat playing for 500. If he can go ahead and take it down, we will find a way to give that away to you. Anyone here from the Moneymaker stream? We can confirm the giveaway. You guys did win, and I will do it on stream because I want it to be people not on Twitter, not on Twitch, not someone else. I want to have it on the YouTube. I will get that queued up for you guys next week. So make sure you're tuned in next week, and we will give that Moneymaker giveaway from the stream. I believe it was $200, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Moneymaker gave some away on his Twitch stream. We see 10-6 suited, flop a gut shot, queen 9, 2 pair. Picks it up. Yeah, I got to say, the level of play on these Super Millions week in, week out, I'm just so impressed by the ability, the players, the quality. It's just fun to watch. All right, 6s open the button, king 4 off the fence, pretty standard. General line here, I'm going to bet maybe a quarter pot, just fold out some hands exactly like this. So he does go for a quarter pot. That makes a lot of sense. King 4. How sticky does Victor want to be? Not on that board, not against this player, not in this scenario. So nicely done from Ivan Luka. Okay, Jack 6 suited folds. King Deuce in the small blind. Does he just rip it here for the stack size? I mean, I guess there is ICM pressure between 4th and 3rd. Actually, a relatively healthy jump if you take a look there. It's like 34,000, 30, see 18-2, yeah, 33,000 jump. So we do see the pressure exerted. Mazalak, the people's champion, is in 4th. Charlie Zhu, 7-8 suited. Tough spot to open against those stacks. Yeah, this is This is intense. This is intense. I mean, I just get so surprised that there's $250,000 up for grabs roughly every week minimum. Sometimes this is over $1 million to first the Super Millions. Next week, got big guests lined up, confirmed. We are going to be in it for, I'll be with you guys weekly. I hope you really do enjoy it. I love being here. I love having you guys on, and I enjoy watching some of the best in the world do their thing. Had a nice Ask Me Anything on Reddit last week also. Appreciate you guys asking some questions. That was fun. Still a few more to answer there. I went through for 2 hours and did that. If you guys got questions in the chat, I do see it. I'll try to answer some. I appreciate all of you in here, and I appreciate the quality of play. Ivan Luka, man, one of those guys, just an absolute crusher, and Victor as well. And these other two players have been playing very well today also. So let's see who gets it done. I got my money on Ivan. I just think Ivan's going to sort it out, although Victor does take the lead, and he is getting the lean on Mazlak this time with the real hand, just picks it up. Mazlak in a bit of trouble, but after being 9 of 9, being in fourth right now, I mean, that's a huge day he's having for himself, and he's laddered up tremendously. Okay, Queen 9 suited going to be an open. Queen King suited going to be able to comfortably jam in a little bit close here for 10 blinds. Queen 9 suited, I guess, doesn't want to just double up the short stack, but this is kind of annoying because he's going to open a lot of uglier hands in this. Queen 9, you know, does give it up. Doesn't want to just put that in there, and shows it tilt. Yeah, exactly. It's a kind of one of those ones. If he has ace 4 off, or, you know, King 5 suited, whatever, but the Queen 9 suited just so pretty. And here we are going to see a raise, and interesting how 1 versus 2 proceed. Imagine just call, but okay, King 3 suited takes the lead. What's up, Colin Capone? Good to see you guys. Appreciate you. Saw a lot of familiar faces today. I do appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up, sticking with us. We are providing another episode with a high-powered final table, just week in, week out. We see some new faces, some maybe satellite winners. I believe there's $100, $1,000 options to satellite into the 10K, some other ways of getting in as well. And look at this. Everyone loves that chop. And this is just going to be, I guess, no wasting time on this. So I guess he has to bet, right? Just in case he misclicks. Oh, he checks. They both check. I mean, that's just talk about mutual respect. Just knowing that they can't lose. I wonder if that's technically a penalty. Ivan Luka has the best hand on the river. I don't know the ruling. I guess they just said they're saving time there. So ace queen, ace 9. This could be the end for Mazlak. He took a nasty 3-outer. Ace king to ace 3 suited versus Victor with a 3 coming on the river. It could be a 3 or a 3 only. It was a chop possibility, but ace queen snap calls. Here we go. Let's see 5. The people's champ. Can he get one? Look at this. He jumps into the lead. Oh, and he's got the heart covered. And my man Charlie saying so sick, and it is so sick. He makes the second up flush, but it's no good. And Mazlak, Mazel Tov, he has got 1.7 million. Now he is in third. You guys are in it. Guys are officially in. $500 free roll if he can get it done. I got to talk, guys. GG, the team. Can we confirm for next week to give a $200 giveaway? It's on me. I want to give it during the chat. Let's do it at the beginning of the stream. Don't let me forget. Make a note. Hit me on the Discord chat. We have that. And if Mazlak wins, $500 giveaway. I don't know if it's a ticket. I don't know if it's cash, whatever we do, whatever we can do with the YouTube giveaway, man. I love YouTube. I love Twitch. I love content. I love you guys, and I am happy to be here. And this is fun. This is very fun. I love when you guys are in it. I love when you guys are sweating it. And look at this. King 10, give him a little chips, 3-bet, pick up the stack. Before Victor was waiting for him, he disconnected. He is up to 1.9 million, basically 2 million, guys. Plenty of chips, anyone's game. I got the free roll too, 500 I picked up from Pav and at dinner. So even if I give you guys this free 500 for me, I actually won it from Pav, and I still have a dinner from him. So I'm free rolling tonight too. I don't mind. I'd love to see Mazlak get heads up and us to have a sweat together. Can we just agree, is GG, is it the best software, best guarantees, best place to be? I see so many regular faces. I appreciate you guys. Show me the money. I'm happy to show it to you. Listen, I'd love doing giveaways. Someone tried to calculate how many giveaways I've done on my Twitch show since I started, I think in 2016, got to a pretty ridiculous number. I wish I had kept track of every ticket, every article of clothing or whatever, because I actually don't have a guess, but I learned that at a young age. You know, when you're a kid in Christmas and you want, all you can think of is gifts, right? You want gifts, you want this, you want that. But then when you, at a certain point in your life, think about when you realized it felt better to give than receive. It's a real thing. I don't know. I mean, there might be some younger, there might be some younger people here, but I would bet that almost everyone here agrees with me on that. It really does. I mean, getting a gift is nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's kind of nice to, it's cool to give. I think it's more fun. It's more rewarding almost always. But anyway, let's see what happens. You guys are in it on the free roll. Ace nine. What a big nine. Ace queen. I've talked about that hand so much. That hand just causes so much pain. And in my opinion, a header behind, that's just like the one that stands out. Anyway, ace queen was in good. Guys, I gotta say, this isn't even work. I honestly love doing this. This is too much fun. Too much fun. We are on a board. Ace nine, king queen. Definitely a board could get check raised. Doesn't have a club in his hand. He's got two overs and definitely a reasonable hand to start getting aggressive with. Also can put a lot of pressure between fourth and third. So I think when all the things line up for aggression, there it is. There it is. Now the ace of clubs, a little deeper, could get curious, could stick on, could stay with it. But I mean, this is too much pressure. It's just too much. All right, sevens, queen five suited. I think this is a pretty good spot to go ahead and rip it in. 20 blinds, four-handed, cut off open. You're on the button. Seems pretty good, although you just don't love ripping it and getting called. It's just going to be pretty profitable here. Wow. That is surprising. That is surprising to me, especially with Ivan, who's going to have the opening wide. Very interesting. Wow. You know, there's a chance that I just need to reevaluate that. That just seems like a mandatory shove for me, but there is for sure a lot of things with ICM and still plenty of play. Maslak's been giving Malinowski hell. It's been really putting pressure on, decides to give that up. King six suited picks it up. Yeah, Pav, a great guy. I really appreciate him coming on. Honestly, during the World Series, being up there, it's hard because people have to plan around day twos, might be in on something, and it's you know, it's not easy. So appreciate him taking the time. Pav has also been on my podcast. Great conversation. Really happy he's going to be a dad. Great player, great guy. So yeah, cheers to Pav for coming on. I'm going to finish it out with you guys today. A little different than sevens, queens. Off of this stack size, I think just a pure jam, maybe get called by an ace jack or a pair that can't fold. I don't think he has a 3-bet fold, so this should just go all in. We do see the all in. Ace six suited, nice hand, the big blind, not for that. And then going to be a snap fold from Ivan, and we'll move on. We'll move on. Ace seven. Chunlei's been playing pretty quiet. See if he goes for an opener, just gives up his 22 blind thing. So ace seven off opens, and the other player who's got to be very considerate of the situation. Interesting spot. Ace 10 four-handed, so powerful. If you saw that sevens fold, you might be a little more worried. That sevens fold was conservative. See some conspiracy theory on different sites and runouts online. I mean, I got to say this. I would say that online poker is, you see so many more hands. That's always what I tell people when they think, oh, this is rigged or that. And you're just seeing so many more hands. You're actually seeing showdowns, and it's just very different. You know, it's different than 10 live for that reason. You're seeing that many more hands, more tables at a time, and you are going to see, you know, the math is the math. And ace seven off, very well executed hand here. Good question about Dapper Dave asking about tightening his range with ICM. I got to say, Victor just seems to have such a good feel for where he's at, what's going on, players at the table. There's no wonder this guy, known as Limitless Online, is a lot of people's favorite player. He just seems to have the right moves, the right timing, and really just a great player. So I'm not going to give Victor advice on how to play, what he's doing. He's taken down the Super Millions several times, and he's always in it. See a limp. Look at this ace. Everyone's got an ace. Ace 9 is an uncomfortable spot here to limp, though. You're just going to get outplayed so often and put yourself in some precarious positions. So let's see if he takes aggression. Very interesting. An ace 7 off versus the limp on the button. This also could go to a 280 size or just check. Okay, everyone's got a little something. Key spade, ace 7, 2 overs. And ace 3 suited has the gut shot. So also Victor, though, may start taking the lead here, realizing that this favors his range, and he's got 2 overs, and he's going to put hands like Ivan's queen 10, queen jack into a tough spot. So I actually like this bet. Well done. Makes perfect sense. The spade in the hand. Do you want to get sticky here? You want to mess around? You could just be behind, and are you going to take an aggressive line with the ace? If the spade comes, are you just going to start bluffing that or go for a big bet? Let's see what he comes up with here. Folding doesn't feel great either. This is not a great spot for Chun Lei. Wow. Pretty miraculous card. Both players improved to the ace. And Victor may actually check this back. He may think that, his opponent's, I guess he also realized the opponent could have spades. He just called and completed from the small blind. So maybe he will go for a bet here. I think he does bet. But if he bets and gets called, I doubt he's going to do anything on the river. And Chun Lei, bit uncomfortable. You call, there's $1 million in the pot. You have exactly SPR of 1. If you call here and go to a river, you're out of position. Difficult spot. Can't imagine folding, though. I think this is just going to be a pure call. A shove would be super interesting. You're dead to 3-4. You protect against 7-8, 7-4 flush draws, and you get called by worse. I mean, this is a very tough spot. Definitely not folding. SPR 1 if he calls, going to the river. Any advice for beginners? Man, I got to say, poker climate's changed so much since I began, but I would say take your time, bankroll management, and do your best. Work on your game, review spots, talk to people. All right, so we do see call, and a quick check is good news for Chun Lei, who is going to take it down. That's pretty crazy. I went chalk. I went essentially chalk against Pav. I guess there's actually one of my players out and one of your players are in, but still, Pav got smoked there. I have to send a message that Pav owes me 500. Make a note of that because I might forget. He's a great guy. He'd obviously pay me. I just don't know. He'll remember. It'll be easy if Maslock wins. I'm just going to have Pav do the giveaway, pay for it. But as it stands, you guys are in action. Advice for beginners: bankroll management, take time, study. Don't just play, review, talk to people that you believe are better than you, or the same ability as you, and realize the game's always changing. So you need to stay up with the times. Okay. Whole lot of nothing for Victor. 6, 7, 8. I see this a lot. Sometimes with these zero equity hands, there's delayed C bets, which can work. In this particular case, he just says, I am not going to give any chips more to this pot. Maybe I hit a 6 or 7 that's good. And, also there are people that when it checks around to the river, there's times where people can just take a shot at it. But as played, you generally don't see people just full giving up on 3 streets. So let's see if he goes for some sort of bet here. There it is. Same token, what is he saying he has? That he just checked an 8 back and he goes for value? Did he hit a jack and check it back? Nicely done. There you go. Finding ways to win pots with really weak holdings differently than most. Hope you guys are taking notes. I know I am. Ivan Luca gives it up, and this is the Victor show at the moment. He got lucky with the queen jack suited to aces versus Adamo. Other than that, it's been pretty much domination, finding good spots, picking good sizings, raising, bluffing, valuing, borderline clinic. King 10 off the taxi cab shop to Houston, Texas. That's where that name originated. Does he just rip it for the stack size? I think it is, right? I think he just rips it. Yeah, why not? Queen 9 suited, pretty, but calling off for your life, queen high. It's really close. Probably calls queen 10 suited for sure. Queen 9, I think he'll fold. Though you start thinking about hands Victor's shoving, and there's some worse hands. There are some worse hands, no doubt. Yeah, there's a delay, obviously, for integrity, game integrity. There's a delay, yes. It's Chum like Gus Hansen. It's a pretty obscure call. I like it though. Shout out to Gus, man. Legend of the game. Poker, looking how far poker's come, I think the health of poker right now is so good. And looking back at those early day televised shows, high stakes poker, and so many of these legends that are born and still around playing some, it's poker's just never going anywhere. You can talk about obstacles and what's happening in poker, but ultimately live poker's thriving. Online poker's healthier than ever. There's mystery bounties, progressive knockouts. Like, it's just fun. People love to play. It's a perfect mix of skill and luck, and poker's just a great game. All right, we are down to 4. Lock the doors, call a doctor, get strapped in. It is time to crown a champion. We are in the 6-figure club. We are in a very exciting juncture of the tournament, 4-handed. Lot to play for. Lot to play for. Seven, 10 suited in the small blind. Ivan with the weak king. Does he go for the raise? Limp and 5-3 offsuit, picking it up, picking the right opponent too. Chunlei's been very cautious, laid down the 7s. He has a very nice peeling hand here, but tricky one. I think with the short stack there, he's just going to go ahead and give it up. Well done. We saw the ace king off earlier, limp, but just again, the timing, the hand selection, the situation with their capitalizing there. All right. 5.8 million. Separate himself, and we see a Maslock double disconnect. Let's wait again. Good sportsmanship initiated, and he's saying, wait for what? I got aces, brother. Oh, actually, well, it's going to go raise anyway. You try to take his time, but my man need to get internet. You're playing for $250,000. Can we get a good service provider? Advice on chipping up on day one of tournaments. How are these guys who have 150, 200 big blinds at the end of the day ones? There is a loaded question. How do you chip up? I mean, you got to, pick a few more 3-bets probably than you're making, build pots in position. Yeah, so this is a bit unlucky for Maslach to keep having this luck right here. He's going to raise, and Ivan, though, with the aces, not a spot I don't believe to be trapping. Let's see if he get. I mean, I think he's got to pump it up there. He's in second, and I mean, you could argue though, you flat and try to take a high variance line to try to get a lot of money, but I think ultimately it's just the pros and cons of slow playing You know, also you could get flatted, build a big pot. Yeah, I think you just have to in this certain situation. Go for it. And Wick, they're also capable of making some 4-bet maneuvers. A little bit of leveling, right? You're basically raising into 1 blind when the guy's sitting out. So, you know, Ivan could take it up a pip or 2 on the 3-bet light, and Malinowski might. Oh, he does call. Wow, this is troublesome for him. 1.1 in the middle. Ivan Luka 2.1 million, and Malinowski flops top pair. A lot of draws. King X definitely in. King Queen could easily hit here. King 10 suited, and even goes with King 10 off. So I think Ivan is going to go for sizing prowess, and this is an uncomfortable spot for Malinowski. I mean, what does Ace Queen do if you're Ivan? Are you going big? This is where I've been so impressed with Victor and how he's able to figure out where he's at and get away. Although here in this case, this scenario, you peel the 3-bet. How can you fold top pair 10 kicker? At least now. Clean turn for Ivan. What does he do? Stack SPR less than 1. Is this just a rip? He's got no spade in his hand. He doesn't block a king. I mean, this is just seems like a pure rip, and hope you're not cooler. There it is. Victor, I think might fold. I think he could find a fold with this aggression in this spot. Yeah, Pav is on to the Vegas Olympics, competing for some money and prizes, but did come on for it over the first half of the final table. And Victor, I think we've seen him make great folds before. Just don't think that this guy is shoving. Like, does he have ace 10, ace? He does call, needs a king or a 10, or else Ivan is going to double into the chip lead. 1 card to come, 5 outs. You can see it, not going to be. And the 2 players there had to love it. They had to love seeing the confrontation, the opportunity for a player to bust. But as it stands, they're just going to yo-yo spots. Mazlak got the ace jack. And look at this. Malinowski may really want to wait here, right? Because this is... he would be letting his opponent come in with a dominated hand and have to go with it. This is actually pretty sick. So he gets the run good there. Wow. Talk about getting lucky. Well, 8-7 suited, taking his time. No other real, there's just nothing else to do but peel. Call, see a flop, take the middle, 3. Wow. All right, let's talk odds. Let's talk flop and a flush. 118 to 1 to do so. He does it at a critical time, but ace queen, he's not out of the woods. Queen's got that over heart, and I would have bet this is one of Malinowski's just going to go bet, rip, even if he doesn't get there. If he does get there, you know, then maybe it'll be interesting what he does sizing wise. See if he can fade the turn. A lot of hearts gone. 3 on the board, 2 in the hand, 1 in the hand. That's 6 right away. So if he can fade a heart coming, he is going to win a nice pot. But Malinowski certainly going to be, I think, keeping the pressure on here. And interestingly enough, it would have gone raise shove, ace jack off, would have hit the jack right now, taking the lead. Had to fade the river, but this is a super interesting spot. And Chunley now has a decision. A lot of money in the middle. Do you risk a card peeling off that could beat you? I mean, it's unlikely your opponent has a set. It's unlikely that they have a better flush. So you're just feeling like you have such a value hand. There's a lot in the middle, though. Also, the short stack sitting out. Do you really want to take the high variance line, just call, run the risk of a heart coming or getting bluffed on the river? So I actually could see him maybe ripping it here. I could see it, but let's see. Let's see if he just calls. I mean, he can't fold, of course. He's got a made hand, 118 to 1 to flop it. That is less than 1%. Which player's game do you like to watch and study? Great question. I mean, I wouldn't say study. I like to watch, take notes, and I mean, really, there's so many to name, but like Adamo is just maybe the most interesting. He plays sort of the overbet style, plays more unique than a lot of players. I think just such a such an interesting way how he puts some of the best players constantly in difficult situations. So, I mean, that would stand out. What's up, man? Adam Pasquale, good to see you. Pasquale, nice stuff. And look at this, ace queen off, queen king. I mean, this feels like a mandatory shove, no? Or mandatory big bet. I mean, he's got the heart, he's got queen king potentially for value here, and 7-8 suited. Other than a flop flush that just checked, you know, he can't really believe he has the best hand. There's almost no hand, I guess, other than an ace X of hearts, just like an ace 7 off with the ace of hearts, something like that, ace 8 off, that doesn't check raise shove flop because of the ICM. So there may be those hands. So let's see if he thinks about it and he's like, you know what, is there a chance I have ace queen high is good? But I think that the majority of hands in this spot are beating him, and he has a good bluff candidate. So he does go for a big bet. He does try to preserve 600K. It looks a little stronger. It's also, if the guy happens to have a hand like this that just can't fold, he doesn't lose the full 1.4, but this is certainly going to get called. Could be even raised, but I think just because of the situation, it'll be a call. It's just a call, yeah. Nicely played, Chunlei Zhao. And Maslach is just sitting out. Didn't get to see what he had there. 2-4 going to raise it up. Ivan Luca with the license to style and pile now. Pleasure to be here with you guys. Please hit that heart if you are enjoying it. The thumbs up button means a lot. And Chunlei Zhu is going to put in a 3-bet here. This is interesting with the sit out. Possibly Maslach could ladder. Unfortunately for you guys, you need him to win to get $500 from me, and he is no longer dealt in. And the waiting has sort of slowed down. Less waiting going on. Ace 2 soft, sitting out, Jack 3, kind of nothing really to do here. Just pick it up. Maslach is getting out of chips and huge pay jump. So really unfortunate if he's just really going to blind out. Can't actually see how many chips he has as he's sitting out. And players are definitely not slowing down so much anymore. Sam Cohen, I appreciate very kind words from you, man. I don't know about all that, but I love hearing good feedback. I love poker. I love people. So it's great to hear, and I hope you're enjoying the show. I know I am. It's great to have Pav on. Sorry, I had my kids distract me, and my computer almost go out of power, but that's about life variance. It's not always easy. There's stuff that happens. There's things that happen, and look at this, my man. You talk about entering the Super Millions, tough field, tough spot, but you don't expect your internet to have to battle where you're dealt out. Can you imagine how tilted you are right now? Like sitting out, timed out, 4 left for $250,000 and $130K difference. Jeff the ref, what up, Happy Van Winkle? You guys let so many legends in here today, really. And been doing content on poker since like 2015 for sure. You know, Twitch and YouTube, podcast. So yeah, 7 years, a lot of content. Been playing poker 20. Love the game. 310, gonna get it done. This guy's just so short that everyone's sort of realizing now, all right, 410 off. No one has a hand, but king, queen, gonna get an easy shove. I guess Ivan actually could just start putting the aggression here. King, queen off, interesting. Do you just call, play like the big blind, right? You get the extra money in there, figure you have the best hand. You actually are dominating some of your opponent range, and I guess you could ever just shove. Is that possible? Look at that. That's even seems like the better play. A little higher variance, but Ivan Luca taking his time says, all right. Okay, ace 10, gonna likely take it down. Queen 6 off though there, deep stacked, so four-handed, closing the action. Gives it up. Kind of late where I am, but I'm thinking about having an espresso. There's no breaks. but I'm still feeling a little tired today. Eight, 6 off with the 4x on Chun-Lei Zhao. Calls, flops a pair. This could be interesting. This could definitely be interesting. See if Ivan is going to go with aggression. Or decides with no equity, he's giving this up. So it does start with the bet. Quarter pot. This would be a welcome sight for some more barrels. Does check. I expect Chun-Lei to bet here small, right? Yeah, 240 is kind of, that range seems to make a lot of sense. If your opponent has an ace, probably can't just fold right there. Check raise would be so savage. I mean, of course, it wouldn't work in the sense, but it would just be like you're basically saying either queen or not. But against this player, I think Ivan just realizing unlikely he's going to be getting too out of line in the spot, especially with Mazlak. We can't see, but I mean, he potentially could be blinded out, right? I think he was short, pretty short, and he's hit the blinds. Are now up 40-80. Doesn't have much behind here. Zero's Poker. What a legend he is. Salcido, what's up, brother? Yeah, good to see everyone here. A couple my power almost went out. All the outlets were not working. That was kind of crazy, as well as my son was unwatched for a moment. He snuck out of the bathroom. I was keeping my eye on him, but he's gone to sleep. Hope you're enjoying. Let me know where you're watching the world. And if you are going to be playing any World Series events online or live. Man, it's a nasty looking mosquito here. All right. And can we get a chip update on Mazlak? Can we get an actual count? I just don't know where we're at. I feel like he could literally just be out, like dealt out. Like this might be it. Next hand, is it? Or next orbit? Guys, this is tough. This is a tough way to go to have a $500 free roll to get blinded out as the chat after coming back from 9-1. Next week, $200 giveaway. Remind me at the start. Moderators, Mom, can we please make a note of that? Can we put this down? $200 giveaway coming for me at the start of next tournament. Jack 5, King 3. Whoa, Mazlak has a chance for a pay jump here. Ivan Luca. Flop. This is a ridiculous flop, guys. Like really ridiculous. Less ridiculous now. He's got the second flush. Ivan Luca. Probably going to go for a bet here. Figures can't get raised by a flush. Could also just be, a player could have an 8. And then on the river, okay, actually checks back. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see what he does with for value. Goes big. I mean, I guess Ivan does end up paying it off. Okay, that's going to even things out a little bit. Okay. Just trying to get a chip count on my man. Miles, like, I honestly think it could be this next round. It's kind of crazy they went out like this long. It went out before he got back. You would think he would try to get a backup or figure something out, man. So it feels so bad for him. It's just such a terrible way to go out of such an amazing event. High buy-in, big spot, 4 left for $250,000. King, queen, jack 7. Okay, so Victor finding his way back in. Aces in the small blind. Say it's not so. No, my man has aces folding four-handed. Oh my goodness! Tell me like we see King Jack would have won or something, because it would have been. Wow, this is. Oh my goodness! Stop the carnage. That's just wrong. I'm sorry, that's just wrong. Little bugs out here, man. That's the one thing I'm not a fan of here. All right, 310, King Jack gonna stay on and has the best hand if it can hold on. So 310 suited, really no equity, just a pure 10 high, and again gets it. Bad card for Ivan, I'm sure, in his mind, realizing 9-10, Jack 10. Maybe hands like that though would bluff. So actually thinks he could have the best hand, and he's gonna bet. Interesting. Super interesting. Part of that is too, I think, if your opponent has like some hands that might bluff, so you can't call. I'm in Portugal at the moment, bouncing around Europe for a bit. Have a few different things set up this summer. Basically been working pretty hard, and my wife was sort of like, this was the year I took a break from the World Series of Poker, so traveling Europe and some vacation time, family time, as well as some meetings and stuff working on over here. So a couple cool projects coming your guys' way. Don't worry. I did fly last week, maybe 10 days ago, to Vegas, played the 25K PLO, got it in a couple good spots, didn't work out. Cash to events, the online event and the flip and go this year was only 1 bullet instead of 18. So that was pretty special. Pretty amazing story, actually, how that worked out to only be in 1. But that's a vlog coming out soon. And yeah, that was it. And then some meetings with GG, really excited, very ambitious projects, content, and a lot going on. So yeah, it's exciting. All right, so guys, we are still four-handed, and we are playing for $250,000, $250 US. King 9 off has nothing but a blocker, and Queen 10 has a 10 and a blocker. So this is be interesting if Chun Li Zhu goes for a bet here, and if Victor is able to call. Well, that's size. So Queen 10, tough spot. I mean, I guess he's thinking, maybe could he ever? He does fold. So well done, Chun Li Zhu, man. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Cheers to you, man. You made some light bluffs. And he's actually been my favorite to watch today. Victor's made some impressive plays, but also could have been out with Queen Jack to aces. Here we go, 6-7 suited. So it is not mucked. He is potentially to win the hand with the 6 or 7 would stay in. There's a 7, 86% on the turn. So I mean, if no ace or 10 comes, oh my goodness. I mean, this guy, Granted, he was 9 of 9, so he gets fourth, but the absolute brutal has aces and gets folded out, and we are down to 3 guys. Good sweat for the boys. So fun, but that was a tough way to go, I gotta say, man. Nice score, 117K, 118K. Someone asked me I'm at Party Poker. No, I am with GG. I have signed with GGPoker officially. So that was part of, flew up to Vegas, AllinPav as well. We did a nice, I don't know what you call it. I mean, it was a press conference. We announced there. So yeah, I'm with GG. Happy to be here. Just right place, right time. I hit the wrong button. It was muted there. King Jack 2 sevens. This could have been in. We are pretty deep stack though. Everyone guaranteed 151,000. Jack 7. So we are down to the final 3. What a ride. Laptop issues, Rugrats run around, Pav had to leave early. My man got disconnected. This is every week on the GG Super Millions. There's something exciting going on. And we got the coffee. You know, it's a long one. This is actually funny because I didn't think today would be a long one. It's been already 2 hours. We'll just, you never know. You never know how it goes. Depends how chips break. Hope you guys enjoy it. Guys, girls, let me know where you're watching from. And if you hit the thumbs up button in the chat, type something, type G, because you're a G for doing it. We appreciate that. It means a lot. A lot of work goes into these shows, the production, and it does help with the algorithms and to suggest it to other viewers. So I appreciate you guys doing that, and I know a lot of you do, so thank you. I appreciate it. Also, I do on my YouTube channel a highlights. So, you know, if you do ever miss this show and you want to watch it on GG, of course, that's amazing. And if you want to see maybe 20 to 30 minutes of highlights, do put that out weekly on Mondays from the previous show. So that's something you guys can enjoy on my YouTube channel, Jeff Gross Poker. I also have a podcast, Jeff Gross Poker, and actually Jeff Gross Podcast on YouTube, as well as the audio outlets. And Pav, a lot of these guests that we've had have been on my show. Chris Moneymaker, Brian Rast, you name it, Josh Aryeh, these guys we have done podcasts with as well. So I do see a lot of familiar faces, and we are going to see a familiar situation with Victor battling with Chun Lei. This time a hammerlock, 100% to win the hand, unless somehow some card came and there was crazy action, but don't think that's going to come to fruition here. I'm just going to see a big bet, and Chun Lei is going to bow out, certainly. Okay, who do you guys got? Ivan Luca in the lead. I had a sweat with Pav. I shut him out. He had no player left. 5 left. Queens, 10-5 suited. Should go raise call. Toronto, Canada in the house. What's up, Toronto? Pretty safe board for Queens. We got Toronto in the building. That's one city I've not spent a lot of time, and I really want to. I heard it's amazing. I went and played soccer tournament there when I was growing up, but it was around the SARS. You guys remember that SARS outbreak? See it right after, I think. And didn't really go downtown or get to do anything there. So I don't know. Bugs, man. Crazy. I don't love them. Who loves mosquitoes? I was gonna say I don't like mosquitoes, but no one really likes mosquitoes. Austin, Texas, watching from Dubai. Another top place in the world I'd like to go. New York City, respect. Toronto in the house. All right, we got some, maybe some neighbors in there. Finland, Philly, baby. All right, Oslo. I was feeling a little tired. I appreciate it. I'm full of energy for sure. I had to bring the cappuccino out right now. It's late over here. Got 3-year-old running around all day with. No, I was super excited. Yeah, someone's asking. I'm not with Party Poker anymore. This was a while ago. I have signed with GG officially, and I will be with you guys weekly on the Super Millions, as well as some other content projects coming out. Twitch world again with GG Poker playing streaming. So one of the interesting things is being American. My wife is Brazilian. That was always a tricky part for me is being on the road. I was out of my laptop, going around, internet issues, streaming and traveling. And having a young child who's now 3, the last few years I've been able to stream less and less. So that is something, for example, at the World Series of Poker online on GG, that is definitely very possible where I go for a month or so, 6 weeks and go play some of these events and stream. But I have streamed much less and focus on my podcast as well as content for YouTube and just focusing on that instead of on Twitch streaming. Although I love streaming, I love Twitch, and during a big series, I think that would be a good possibility for me to do that. Yeah. Sorry, I just missed a question from someone. I saw a question there. I apologize. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat, but you guys are active. I love that. Just missing some of the India international group here. All right, blinds are up 5,100K. It's starting to get to it. Ace King suited, King 10, blind on blind. We saw Chunlei slip a limp in earlier. Let's see if he goes for a limp. Not this time. And King 10, Victor, who loves playing post flop. I don't really see how he can fold here. He does take a flop, and Chunlei Zhao. Not a great flop. Ace King suited, no diamond, queen high, out of position against a talented player. Not how you drew it up. Starts with a bet. I appreciate you, Whitney Wicks Candle Co. Poland, still never been to Poland. A lot of love for Poland. Gets called. Chunlei, does he want to keep the gas on? Does check. Now, this gives Victor an opportunity to take it down. So does he go small? And will he get ace king to fold for a small size? Does he go big? Half pot maybe? 400. I like it. 340, 30. Ace king suited. This is such a tough spot. And calls, and both players improve. The flush does come home, but I think this is just going to be a check from Victor. He gets some showdown value. He beats ace highs. It doesn't beat flush. He has a heart in his hand. I mean, does he value bet? I don't think he's going to value bet this. Could he? Maybe. Wow, this is interesting. Check, makes sense. I like it. I like it. And a nice play from Chunlei. Would have been interesting if he doesn't hit the king. Let's say it's like a 7 of hearts. I'm sorry, 9 of hearts or something. Does he go for it here? Ace 9 suited, and Chunlei up into the chip lead all of a sudden. Don't look now. Man who has played phenomenal. We could see, can we get Chunlei Zhao's profile up? Does he have, can we just flash that on the screen on his prowess on GG Super Millions? I don't know if we can get that stat on the screen for you or not, but I believe Chunlei, he's played extremely well. So we'll see if we can find that. There it is, right there, 500,000 and 2.9 million. What a player. I'm impressed. I am very, very impressed with his ability. And I'm not impressed with this fly, man. It's one of those nasty ones, right? The ones that just look like they're going to do, like you don't want to get bit by that. Shit. Telling you, there's no guarantees out here. All right, Jack 7 has trips, has a club. Ace 9 suited is not going to be able to do much here. It's fly, man. I just something wrong about getting bit by a mosquito, especially when you like see it kind of coming and it's like avoidable. That's the ones that really hurt. That's when it really hurts. Man, I can hear it buzzing around me. Is there anything like that is more uncomfortable than like that. You know, when you're going to bed and you're in a place, you hear those like, like it's so like there's just, and now I can't even really hear it. I should have taken it out when I had the chance, and now I might get punished. Michael, get his jacket on, guys. It's so far away though. I don't want to run and leave you guys because we don't have Pav here to hold us down. We're flying solo right now. All right, I'm trying to stay active. I don't want to get bit. I can't hear I heard the little Z noise. I've had a few challenges today. A few. We had a power outage almost because of the power wasn't going. I've had a few things. Where am I from? Capital Bastogne. Excuse me. I was born and raised in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Born and raised in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Played soccer at University of South Carolina. Lived in Baltimore for 7 years. Lived in Vegas. Lived in Miami. And my wife's Brazilian. Spent a lot of time there. That's the majority of time allotment in my life, I would say, that I've been. And then some traveling. My wife had Burning Man 2014. We have a 3-year-old son. That's basically that's like the key events. Malinowski 4-5 suited, A7 off, King 9-10 board. Zurich, Switzerland, Zurich. I've not been. Also heard amazing things about that place. Man, like so many people tonight have been in a place that I literally like top some of the top places I'd like to go. I can't. I'm having this fly is really giving me a hard time, guys. All right, 4-5. One of the rules when you have the worst hand you can have, you go for it usually. So let's see if he does pull the trigger here. 10, 10, 9, jack. 10, 9, king, 10, jack. So queen is a straight. There's some boats available. He doesn't have a diamond. This does feel like it could be a big bet. 300. Is he going for it? Or is he just, what's he got? He does 680, the over bet. Savage. These guys are tough, man. I'm sorry. King 10, 4-6. All right, Mr. Zoo. What you gonna do, Mr. Zoo? He is got the lead. He feels pretty confident about his hand. He's got a 10 king kicker. See if you want to start protecting. There's some flush draws, straight draws. Gotta believe he's got the best hands. Goes for a bet. Okay, ace 9, king 6 suited. Big bet. Victor, we've seen so sticky. This is a big flop here for both players, top pair and open-ended. Sorry, it's not open-ended. What was that? He needs a queen. Sorry, gut shot versus top pair, but has the lead in the hands and goes ahead and sets the price for his gut shot, or an ace would be good. Hits a 6, so now 2 pair all of a sudden. Big bet. I mean, this is interesting because obviously he's not folding. Just a matter of how he wants to play it. These are always curious spots because it's uncomfortable in the sense that if you are, wow, he bets his gut shot, hits the nuts on the river. Pros and cons to raise the turn. I mean, obviously you let your opponent have some rope. And this is interesting as well because he doesn't have a heart in his hands. What an absolute gem of a river there. To hit the off, it's just the stone cold nuts. He's barreling. And this is actually, wow, he checks it. This is going to work poorly for him because this is Victor's going to just gladly check it back. So that's actually, I mean, I guess I see his line, right? His line of thinking. He just thinks that his opponent might have a misdraw and take it there. But I would have, obviously, it's so hard. I hate to say it. When you see the whole cards up, it's just, you don't want to get in a habit of doing that. This bug is just zinging around my head. It's just, okay. Ace-8, 5-3, missed flush draw. On the river, 5 high. What to do? Board pairs. And look at this, 5-3 suited. Generally, when you're the one with the missed draw, though, the missed flush draw, it's tough to bluff it. But in this spot, there are some hands that he beats, and he is going to bet it. I mean, this is just really well done by Ivan. Goes ahead, small sizing, knows he can't win, goes for it there. Well done. King 3, blind on blind. Chun-Li Zhao's got the chip lead all of a sudden, 5.4 million. Victor getting a little short. Fuck your pet. No, I mean, I don't want to hurt it. I just don't want it, like it can just move along. There's a lot of areas to go in this place with lights or whatever it is, this fancy. All right, King 3, Jack Deuce. I genuinely, this is the truth. It's my only sweat when I'm on the road. It's tough with the internet. Like to some places where I go, I'm not sure the internet's going to be good enough. This was sort of like my streaming fears in the past. But other than that, like it's like I genuinely love doing the commentary because I think it's the best way, one of the best ways to improve at poker. I mean, obviously at the final table because you're seeing just the final table, and just seeing how some of these players approach it and what they're doing because. I find myself getting more spot on in certain spots where, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, I would be not doing a lot of stuff that some of these players do. So, yeah, I mean, again, you got to be careful. You don't want to take this and go to a $10 rebuy tournament and play the same way guys are playing a 10K online high roller. But still, you can take some principles, theories, and apply them to your benefit if you are taking studious notes and looking for pattern recognition. All right, so here, King High. Likely good. I guess Queen High could think it's good, although less likely it's good when he checks back. You guys seeing this bug? Am I leveling myself? I'm not like scared. I just don't want to get bit for no reason. King High, Queen High takes it down. 10,300. The Dana sausage. Remind me the Dana sausage next week. $200 giveaway at the start. You guys had a shot at 500 today. Little added bonus if you like the free rolls, if you like the added value. Hit the thumbs up. That's something I want to bring to you. That's my own flavor. The GG team, the Super Millions team, they're unbelievable. There's a lot of work that goes into these shows, the production, the preparation. I will say that I like to throw my own little special extra edition of giveaways and opportunities on here. That's something like I said, abundance. That's what we're about. We love it. And nice that it did come in. One of the shows with Moneymaker, you guys hit a bonus for me and him. He gave away on Twitch, and I think we still owe you a $200 giveaway. So I do apologize for not getting that handled. I think I had a week off. I went to Vegas did the announcement with GG, played in the tournament there, and then I was on the next show, and then I forgot about it for last week. So that's on me. And that is like a Lannister, you know? I always pay the debts, I always pay the dues. So let's get that out there for you. Oh man, it's right on the screen, this nasty looking bug. Shit, I had him. I've whisked out. I went for like a little flick. I could have done it. I could have just cleared my problem for the moment. Could have cleared my problem, but we still have it. That bug is alive and nasty looking. All right, 9 deuce, king jack, blind on blind, king jack in the lead, 9 deuce off, 3, 10, 3, diamond, diamonds, hearts. Checks it back. King jack still in the lead. Okay, does Ivan take a stab here? Making some notes. Does Ivan take a stab? He does. King jack off, still definitely could have the best hand. Beats by 7, 4, 5, 5 deuce. Beats a lot of air. So let's see. Does he continue? I don't think you could put your opponent on having a flush draw either, though, because like he would be probably betting the flop with a flush draw. So even though the diamond does arrive, this is sort of a brick. 5, 7 bricks, 4, 5 bricks, 5 deuce bricks. I don't know. This could be sticky. Very curious on this river play, sizing, also a stack, super vulnerable. What does Ivan come up with here? Yeah, I could have just handled it. Honestly, it was a pure punt, just an absolute miss of an opportunity. The good news is that bug is alive, and as long as it doesn't bother me, everyone wins, right? That's the good news. All right, so King Jack gets it done. My man shows a 6, King Deuce, 8 Deuce, and King Jack. That's a big lesson my dad taught me. It's not about what happens, it's how you react to what happens. If I got the bug, I got a mess on my screen. You know, I took down something I wouldn't generally like to, harm an insect even. And now everyone kind of, maybe that bug just continues on his journey and we don't have a mess on our screen and that's it. So yeah, he always told me it's not about what happens, how you react to what happens. King Deuce, King Jack. King Jack with the heart could definitely have the best hand. Got the chip lead. Does he want to preserve stack? Does he want to go into the streets? Goes into the streets and has a winner going to the river. The deuce on the river. All right. 4, 7, 5, 9 suited. Quite a flop for 5, 9 suited. Everyone with a little something here. We got pair, and we got a gut shot and a flush draw. See how Ivan proceeds here. Tied for second. Does have 5 deuce though. Maybe just takes the aggressive line here and starts kicking it up here. Generates some folds. Does check, realizes equity, hits his hand. Two pair, quite a river. I mean, nasty run out here. Chunlei Zhu, I don't think can fold. Would be quite a fold, but hits his. I mean, hits his hand, hits absolute gin. He loses the flushes, loses to straights, loses to better pair, two pairs. We start thinking about it. His hand isn't so great, but it's a decent bluff catcher. Maybe Ivan has the king of hearts. Maybe Ivan has, king five with the king of hearts or some other hands. So I don't know. I mean, he does have two pair. Yeah, if they run on a time bank, you do get 5 seconds to act each decision. I mean, some of these players are waiting for we're waiting for a friend who got dealt out. And interesting to note that we haven't lost a player in a long time other than the player that got dealt out. Chunlei wants to fold here. I think he just feels it's a fold, but it's not an easy fold. And the problem is like ace, like a weak ace maybe doesn't bet, like ace deuce, ace six. So you start thinking about like what hands are really, it's like a bluff with like a big heart maybe and a gut shot that missed, but there's a lot of value in there too. A lot of value hands here that beat him. He's deep in the tank here. I think they did kick the time bank down from 10 minutes or from 15 down to 10. And wow, I think excellent play there. That's impressive. Very impressive. Very impressive. Ace king, ace seven, surely going to go to like 3.5. Does kick it up. And not a great flop again. Similar spot. We saw Chunlei win that ace king versus king 10, made a nice bet and call, and then hung in, and they both showed down. Here, he is going to bet as well. And ace seven, drawing to the gut shot, not so favorable. Still calls though, I guess, realizing that his opponent, the big thing about that call there is realizing that her opponent just has some air, like 5-3. We saw that earlier with Victor, right? He does have some absolute stone cold air. And when gets called now on the turn, this is dicey, right? Because your opponent calls, could easily have a 9 or a 10 or like some stuff. And now it's like Ivan has to decide, does he want to bluff or does he just have showdown? Maybe his opponent just had a bet give up kind of hand. It's kind of hard to bet here. Although you do realize your opponent could have ace queen or ace king for value that you need to bluff. So check, price, no check, check. And Chunlei is going to be very happy to be able to win this pot on this board with this hand, put him back over 5 million. He's V-pipping hard right now. He's got the fire lit up around his name. He's hot. He is hot on his way. 8-5 suited, blind on blind, likely limps. You did see him start exercising some raising. So this is an area I think that is so interesting. Blind on blind, different stacks, different situations, how players play, and I like it actually. I like the pressure. This is something that could work out very well. Look at that. He gets himself an amazing flop, 8-5 suited. Yeah, I guess I'd say that the limp with the stack size that he is in the lead goes for a little more aggression, and what they're not going to love this flop, obviously. Missing completely, had the best hand dominating, and now he is in a bit of trouble. Calls. Hangs in there. Okay. Interesting spot. Well done. I gotta say, Chun-Li is my guy today. Chun-Li is my player of the tournament, whatever happens. Just really impressed how he's maneuvered in situations today against, again, two of these players are two of the best in the world for sure. Chun-Li is also one I'm a little less familiar with, but he's playing right on par with the vets, the ones that I'm very familiar with. Probably a lot of you guys know these household names. Jeff, what's in my drink? I'm having a little coffee cappuccino. It's late over here. All right, ace 10, just diving right into it. A 7-8 suited, what a flop. Pair, open-ended, backdoor flush draw, not going to work. And that is, I mean, there's cards and there's cards. This is when it's your day, it's like things are going your way. I mean, this is an absurd card. This gives 2 pair to Ivan. He bets his gut shot. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is actually very problematic for. This is problematic for Ivan because now he goes from 2 pair to chopping, and it doesn't feel good to get blown off a chop. Chun-Li has a winner if he checks. And if he goes for value, what calls him, right? That's the thing, I guess. Does he get called by, some 2 pairs, a set? It's not a great river for him because he goes from having the 10 for a straight to a flush beats him to the board chop. So interesting. He actually checks back. So in some ways, that river saves Ivan some chips. Tequila in the mug. No, it's not. It's not actually, I was about to pour it over my computer. Not smart, but can you guys see it? Can you see it or no? It's not. Ace 6, Queen 8 suited, pretty hands. These guys are now sort of in a situation. I think one of the cool things about this too is you'll see so many times the players really respect ICM. It's all about buy-ins. How many buy-ins? We're talking about third to second. It's a roughly 4 buy-ins. So these guys have played for millions of dollars many times in their careers, but it's always important to play your best and do your best. And 10K buy-in, 4 buy-ins, it's a lot. And there's about 100 grand between first and third. Yeah, this is one of the longer ones, but I honestly don't mind. I like it. I like when it goes a little bit deeper. I do like it to see more. I gotta say, I'm just impressed. I'm impressed with the level constantly. So Pav was joined us for about an hour. He had a prior commitment. He stuck in with us. We've had Chris Moneymaker on recently, Brian Rass, Josh Aryeh, and I love having interesting guests. You guys got any suggestions for guests? I got a nice list of people that would love to have, and always curious to hear who you guys like. King 4 suited shows it, likes it, takes it down. Takes it down. Ivan Luka, I haven't seen his name in a while, but I mean, he is an absolute crusher. Super savage. Chun-Li Zhu playing a really strong brand. And Victor Malinowski won this just a few weeks ago. We were doing it, and he's been at several final tables recently. So he's really finding his stride, playing some amazing poker. He'd be great to have on the show. Actually, he's been someone I'd love to have on my podcast as well. He was on a list of people. I'm going to kick up. Took a little break on the road here on my podcast. Had 170 episodes, 173, I think. So I'll be kicking it back up into full gear in September. And yeah, love to hear your guys' requests for guests. It's always good. Doug Polk, a lot of respect for Doug. He's been busy in Austin, Texas, building up the lodge. They got a cool poker room out there. Everyone I know that has gone there says good things. I love Austin, so I look forward to checking that out. Jason Somerville, another great names. And great suggestions. Any of these players here, I'd love to have on and hear their thoughts on it as well. So yeah, we'll put that into perspective on that. We'll always get a list going. We have got special guest Jordan in the house. What up, Jordan? Good to see you. I know you're a 5-card guy, but watching the No Limit Hold'em today. Appreciate you tuning in. Jack 10 suited hits gin. King 6 still beats some hands, has a key club, could be up to some no good, although that's sizing. That's a big thing. A lot of times the sizing just dictates what kind of creativity you can have. Sometimes players, they bet small with their top of the range. They also induce, but then again, if you bet big with a modest hand, you do fold out, take away that ability for a player to make too creative a play. Here, Queen 9 suited, going to get some bad news. Ivan Luka likely going to shoot it into, I guess, all in. Is there another size? I guess he could 3-bet and deuce. I don't think so on that. I don't think the size makes a lot of sense. I think ace is just a slam, and Victor so tilting. He's going to probably put the tilt emoji. It's Queen 9 suited again. Playable hand, opens and gets stuffed on. All right, King 5 suited, Jack 6 suited. So both players going to hit on this board, and I mean hit as in Jack 6 hits. I thought it was Queen 5. King 5 does hit it in the sense that he's got a blocker to the nuts, but that's it. King high, no good right now. Jack 6 going to go with a check. Has some showdown value, and King 5 suited. Does he want to take a shot? Does he think maybe no? Just got a good enough hand, show it down. And Victor, as this board is pretty dicey at this point, I think would be happy to check down. Could go for some blocker bets here, although I think that likely is just going to go with a check. He could actually somehow feel he might have the worst hand and does elect on that blocker bet sizing. It would make some sense. Where his opponent might have a queen that sizes up in value, so I like that. Excuse me. I like it. I like it a lot. And Ivan, because he's really telling a story with the king here. Does he really just like check back King 10 when there's flush draw? It doesn't really make a ton of sense. Excuse me. So, I mean, I don't know what he's really thinking about. Maybe think about hero calling. I don't think he's going to raise here with that blocker in the spot. And I guess he does beat a few hands. And he does pay it off. I mean, I see it. Wow, what a turn. Trip nines, ace 9, king 9, and ace 4. Charlie Zoo's done a great job pot controlling and find himself in good spots. This is not a good spot. Also can be choppy, right? Versus any ace. So I mean, this sizing maybe gets away. That's a crazy thing because he's kind of realizing that he's likely chopping at best. So this sizing is super interesting. I actually think he's going to fold. There's no draws. Like this is savage sizing. Look at that. This man, Charlie, you're dialed in, brother. Dialed in is an understatement. Mr. Charlie Zoo. Look at this high level stuff, boys and girls. Where are you watching from? Let me know. When is the Moneymaker stream? So we did have that. That was on. And again, I got to say, you got to enjoy the full replays on GG Poker, but I have my own highlights each week on Monday. So this stream is Tuesdays, Super Millions live on a slight delay. Mondays, I put out the highlight from last week every week on my own YouTube channel. So you guys can watch that. I think it's 20, 30 minutes. So that Moneymaker is up on there as well. What's up, man? White's Hasper. You said, let's see, I remember a crazy night 2 years ago where you rolled a guy in a 5K event deep in the night. always kept an eye on you. I'm not sure what you're talking about 2 years ago. It sounds like it was during COVID. So trying to think maybe a 5K WSOP a few years back, maybe before COVID. Not sure. Good to see you guys. Appreciate you checking in. Ace, queen, ace 10. This could be the fireworks we've been looking for. And I wonder if he has if this is a 3-bet fold when he gets 4 bets. I'm sorry, no, because he has ace queen. I wonder if Ivan, folds, or if he just stuffs it based on 3-handed where it's at. Charlie Zhao's been pretty in line other than his step out with 10-4 off, but you start talking about ace 10 3-handed, not super deep. It's tricky. I can see all 3 options here. I mean, peeling, I think, is actually the least likely, and he is not going to fold here, although he doesn't probably love it. He could realize he's flipping. He's against ace jack, ace 10, king queen suited, maybe, or a worse hand. Is there any scenario where he folds this? Is he really considered? I just don't know how you could fold ace queen. The ace 10, I wasn't sure what he would do it, but the ace queen, it just seems like you can't 3-bet fold this particular hand. I think you have to flat if you wanted to play like this, but he's taking his time and he could be playing for basically the tournament here. I mean, he calls and he wins. He's heads up with all the chips. I'm actually a bit shocked that he's tanking this long. It makes me think poker is a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful game. It is a beautiful game. He 3-bet folds there, and we have got a ball game. Ivan Luca, who was my first pick, he was actually the chip leader start as well. Makes a massive, massive play there. Wow. All right, ace queen. See, pretty sure Ivan Luca would not be folding that ace queen in that spot. And listen, again, Charlie, got to give him credit. Played amazing, and just maybe a little bit of a misstep. Of course, I see. We can see the cards. Just like that's a big fold. That is a big fold. The 3-bet fold, 3-handed ace queen off. I think I would prefer to see a flat than 3-bet fold. I think it's just got to fall in the value range. And look, ace queen, not a huge fan of it, but 3-handed in that spot. I mean, we saw the cards. I just think you gotta roll the dice there for that. But I mean, ICM wise, look, Victor's very short. It's a 42K jump. Yeah, king 6, jack 9 suited. This is getting into it now, boys and girls. We are here in a fun stage of this. Was that an ICM fold? Yeah, I mean, it was. It is, but like, you're asking me if I fold, I don't fold, and I'm on the tighter side. So I don't know. And at the same time, you can't argue. Chun-Li's played a master class, in my opinion, today. I just think I would prefer him to decide. The only thing I'm saying on that is I would decide to flat and pot control, or I would decide I'm 3-bet going with it. I would not 3-bet fold that hand. That's my opinion. Be an interesting hand to break down, talk about. This is what I'm saying. Let's say you see that hand, you should clip that. Say even nice, it's not even hand history. Take a little clip, send it to a friend, send it to a chat group, discuss it. Try to find someone a little better than you, ideally, or someone is, that's what you do. Oh, I mean, I'm just, I actually, so the interesting part is I take notes. There are hands like, and that's what some of the things I like about the review is I get to go through and there's spots like that one I got to look at, I got to talk to, I got to make sure I am not off base, right? Because again, anytime I see something that I'm like, if it's close, I'm like, okay. But if it's like, I definitely wouldn't do something and it's high level, big money, big spots, big players, that's where I like to look at it. So that would be a hand for sure. It would be interesting to discuss. Yeah. I think that would be, I'm very curious, very curious. I'm pretty confident that that's probably too tight. Ace-7 suited, not flush on the turn, not flush draw that doesn't hit on the river, has ace-high. Queen-Jack completes. Got to believe this is going to be a bluff for Malinowski, and he does do it. And Ivan Luca, really going to be hard to find that call button here when you have the missed hearts yourself. Most obvious draw, Queen-Jack completes. And you can just see how he knows how creative Victor is, that he is considering this. Wow, he is considering this. I'm telling you, he in practice, he has not a good bluff catching hand here. He doesn't have a queen or a jack. He has 2 hearts, and he's still very, very curious. But this just can't. I mean, really, that'd be it's not even about being like an amazing call. That would just be a really tough call. And look at the payouts here: 151K for our next place. Maslak blinded out. His internet went out. Every player's nightmare, man. Great score. I hope to see him back in future weeks. Pretty tough way to go out. Hope he gets that internet sorted out. But really, I've never actually seen, I don't think, a high stakes, big buy-in 6-figure payout where a player blinded out. So that was absolutely tough. And you guys had a $500 free roll for me for him winning. So that was like a double wild deal. So unlucky, but you guys got a little sweat today, that's for sure. We are still rolling here. We are still rolling. I mean, this is 3-handed. This is one of those ones where it's just so crazy, right? This is I've been wrong and right and close, but this one we were off on how the procedures would take place. I thought it would be a shorter final table today, but it's ended up being one of the longest ones. And we are officially down to 351K locked. King deuce, 10-8 suited. Both players check. A little surprised. I guess 10-8 suited just says, you know what, I got no equity at all. And the player showed aggression pre-flop. I'm just going to be checking. And now Ivan Luca twice checks, hits some showdown. And let's see, with a gut shot, does Chunlei take a shot here? You know, maybe you bet, right? Because what does your opponent do with 7s or 6s? I mean, this guy's played well, but look at this run out. I mean, that is absolutely this is a blocker bet. It's not going to work because my man hits the stone cold nuts on the river. I'm going to raise. So Ivan Luca just kind of realizing he probably got here. Not much he can do. And wow, he's going to get called. Interesting. Very interesting hand. It's just such an interesting hand. I got to plug that one. I got, there's a couple notes we got to take here. We got to take a couple notes, boys and girls. Queen 4, Jack 4. Let's get to a flop. We see a bet. Both players got a key club. See if there's some squirreliness going on here. As Bill Perkins likes to say, there is a call. And he probably, when you call, you're not necessarily looking to hit a jack or a 4, but he does go ahead and connect there. And very interesting card because now Queen 9's a straight. And he has a club and a heart. 2 flush draw board right now. So Queen 4 has a queen high, doesn't have a straight. Jack 4 has a pair. And see, this does go for the bet. And this is not a particularly comfortable spot for Victor as played. I mean, there wasn't a lot of aggression. The turn would check, and I'll bet on the river. I mean, ace, queen, queen 9. Doesn't have a blocker there. He does call, man. Victor, this guy just seems to get it right. I'm telling you what, these guys are playing at a high level. It's fun to see his play. And this is blinds up, 140K big blinds. So plenty of play still, 30 blinds for Ivan, 32 for Victor, and Charlie's has been playing a very tight strong brand of poker. We might see the shot clock come to play, boys. 28 seconds left for Mr. Zhao. 1 minute on the dot left for Victor. So we could see that come to play. We saw that before. I believe it was Simon Matson. Trying to remember, but he might have ran out of time when he was heads up against it's a great heads up battle. I think Ole Shemian and him were heads up, and he had no time. So that was super interesting. There was a few key times that came into play. Shout out to Mo, man. Mo Staffa, my dude out there, I believe, rocking in Sweden. King 10, King 6. Guess. Yeah, we should have I gotta tweet that out. I gotta see about who we want to have for guests on the show, guys. I'm gonna pull up. I got it up on the side here. Let's see how many we got. How many thumbs up have we got? Is this, I was saying this can't be right? Let me see. Let me see how many we got. 1,000 on right now, 259. All right, we got to get to 350, guys. I gave you a $500 free roll. If we're not getting to 350 out of 1,000, 1 out of 3, I don't know if I can give away $500 free rolls for you guys. $500 opportunity, 260. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. And this is like delayed. Is mine on the right one? So strange. I gotta close my YouTube. Let me open it back up. Something was weird there. King 10, King 6. Look at that. King 10 high as the goods. And I'm sorry, Jack 7 had a vote, wasn't in the hand. All right, where we go. We got it up now. 1.1 on live chat. Let me see. Live chat. Turn that off. And 261, guys. 350 thumbs up. That's the ticket right there. And 350 thumbs up. You guys got me for another $500 free roll next week. I might give you guys number 9 and 8 next week. I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna keep doing? I think I'm gonna go 9, 8, 9, 8, 7. I'll keep going down to 5. I'll give you guys I'll give you 2. I'll go like 9, 8. I'll go then 8, 7. Then I'll go 7, 6 and give you guys 6, 5. I'll keep laddering your $500 giveaway till we hit it. And we got 200 next week, man. The free will work, Jeff. So I'm an improviser. There's basically, I will do it on the show. I'll give it away. And then the following week at the start of next show, you'll know because you were here that that's happening. And then you'll be there if you're available, because I'll give it to someone. We'll do a keyword, type in the chat. I'll have a moderator, my man Sausage, knock it down and just pick someone. Actually, Sausage, should we pick a winner for that? Let's do it now. Why do we wait till next week? Can we do that? Let me ask him. Try to type in the chat here. Can we give away? Let me ask in the chat. I'm going to type myself here. Phone. I'm just trying to see how to do this. I don't know how to actually type in here. I'm going to just ask. Can we give away $200 to someone on the show from the Moneymaker? I want to give away $200 right now. I'm trying to get to the chat on the YouTube channel, and I'm having problems. Having a bit of problems to type here. Live chat. I'm gonna figure out if I can do a way to give away $200 to someone in the chat right now. I'd like to do it. I would like to give away $200. Oh, here we go. Here's the chat. Please. I'm typing, you guys. Sorry, I'm focused. I'm typing in the chat to you about how to give away $200. Yeah. Sorry, I was like, why are we waiting until next week? You guys are here now, and we had and you timed out of a $500 giveaway, which is kind of absurd, right? That's pretty brutal. Sorry, I mean, that's just bad luck. Let's pay our debts. Let's get it up. Why are we waiting? 200, and then we'll do it. We can do it live on the show even. That's how we'll do it. Beautiful. $200. Figure it out. Sausage Danish, it's on me. Everyone write 1 in the chat. 1. Yeah. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. I still ask you to hit the 350 thumbs up. We're not there yet. We're not there. We're at 295. I'm going to trust you guys. We're going to get to 350. Something just happened on my screen. Holy shit, what just happened? Got smaller on my screen. I can barely see the action, guys. Oh, there we go. All right, giveaway in process. Giveaway in. Giveaway is in process. Ace queen. Ooh, here we go. Ace nine. So my thing got blurry. Ace nine suited. Ace queen. So we saw ace queen fold. So this time I gotta believe he's gonna fold ace nine suited. My table just went pretty blurry, I gotta say. All right, is this it's a fold. It's a fold. All right, we're figuring out this giveaway. I'm on the side messaging here. Okay, ace king suited. All right, let me just get back to order. You guys are putting the ones in the chat. You're number one. GG, the number one show on poker online weekly YouTube, man. It's a good number to choose for the giveaway. You guys are going ham at 1100. We're gonna get to 350 thumbs up or what? Do I have to beg you guys or no? I don't have to beg you. We're at 317 now. We're gonna hit 350 easy. I'm just gonna start doing crazy giveaways. I might not even get authorization. I might put it on the line. I might just start putting GG giveaways up without even asking. In worst case, if they don't back me up, I'll push the envelope, right? We'll give it away. And if they say you got to pay for it, I'll pay for it. If they pay for it, great. We're just going to keep giving it away. Look at the little giveaway. A lot of ones in the chat. Man. Speaking of one, who's going to go number one today? 247,000 the first. Yeah. Damn, you guys are going ham. All right, I love it. I love that you guys are getting. All right, my man's handling giveaway. The cards are blurred. I don't know if it's my computer or what, but I'm having a little hard time seeing the cards here. Looks like sixes on the button, maybe an ace deuce suited in the big blind, and we see a shove. I can't really see the cards. Having a trouble. All right, so anyway, everything looks great on my end, except I can't really see. I see that Victor's got a lot of chips. I see we got a giveaway. I see a lot of ones being spammed. Actually, maybe I can watch it right here. I'm gonna watch it on my phone. Okay, no, it's on delay. It's on delay even with you. All right, ace eight, 7-8. I can't see it, guys. I'm playing. We're doing it rogue. I've had some technical difficulties today. I really have. A 7-8 suited, ace 8 suited. All right, what a flop. Ace 8, 7-8 suited. I think I can kind of see. I'm having some. It's clear. Okay, I don't know. Somehow I can't see the screen well. So ace 8 hits a big card. A big card. Ace 8 just gets into talk about dominated into a miracle peel there. And let's see what he comes with here. Goes big. I mean, this is uncomfortable if you're, I don't know if there's a way to refresh this because it's, okay, so 7-8 does stick on and, oh, here we go. It's back. I can see now. It was clear. Now it's not. Anyway, 7-8 suited, ace-8. And Victor is getting richer, man. Victor getting it sorted right now. All right, I'm having a bit of a. I literally can barely see the cards. I see 7 million. It looks like a 6-9 off in the small blind, 10-7 suited up top. All right, are we gonna pick a giveaway winner? I'm seeing a lot of ones, man. I like seeing the chat, the questions, and I can't see the chat clearly. I'm having issues, guys. Let's see if we can drive this one home, man. I feel like I'm flying. Let me put the chat up on my side here. I mean, I'm just feeling a bit unorganized with the. Is it the internet? Because I have good internet. It's super fuzzy. Super fuzzy. How do I get the chat? Don't know how to do it here. Live chat. All right, we're doing it rogue. We'll do it live. We'll take you to a winner. 1.5 million. I see my man is getting short, and Victor with the ace-10 happily takes it down. We got the gifts coming out for Ivan Luca. We got giveaways going. We got Jack-10 suited, Jack-8 suited. I am officially. All right, I'm gonna close this. And I'm gonna open this and see if I can see the chat. Guys, help me out here. Help me drive. Help me land this plane. I see Victor going on an absolute. Okay, there we go. I got the chat. At least going. And I am delayed on there. This is it's true. I'm having a hard time. Ace-4 suited to 10s. What a spot. Ace-4 suited flops the wheel draw. 5 deuce deuce. 10s can't hold. One more card to come. He needs a 3 or an ace. One card to come. It is not going to be, and we'll see another double. We might just be here. We might be here for a while. This is great. All right, just trying to figure out a way to get this. We got bugs. We got kids running around. Internet out. Power out. Okay, is that jacks? No, ace jack off, threes, ace jack to threes. Wow, ace queen, 7-3, 6-2, 6-2 in the small blind, another walk. So Victor is hit F5. Is that a trick? Are you guys trying to? Is that gonna fucking knock? Does that clear out my 720 on YouTube? No, it's not YouTube. I have like a program to watch, to do the stream on, but that's fine. Well, I can make it out. It's just not, it's not super clear. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out, but I guess it is my end. So, all right, ace jack suited, Jack-8 suited, and 7-10 suited. Ivan on the button, sub 10 blinds. Ace jack suited, see if he goes for a limp or if he's just not messing around, wants to pick up the pot with the ICM. So I like the choice there. Doesn't want to get too cute. Does just pick it up. Well done. Okay. All right, I'm trying to get here, guys. I'm trying to get it situated for you. There we go. It's clear, just like that. King 4 on the button. Ivan Luca, sub, like, what's he got? 7 blinds. Ace queen in the small blind. Ivan Luca, does he just take the spot? He realizes Victor doesn't want to call off. Actually, this is one of those spots where you start realizing Oh, Jamie Oliver, very nice. Congrats. Let's just start realizing like you are going to get stuff through, and ultimately Chun Lei gonna rip it in. Gonna rip it in. Shows the ace, having fun. Dropping the D-Negs emoji. There might be some, I know, I believe I got an avatar coming on here, which I can't wait. I saw the mock-up for it. That's gonna be pretty cool because I love the graphics on GG. That's definitely be fun to see. I love the Elke Daniel emojis. Queen deuce, 8 deuce, queen 6. Got to see Elke in Vegas. See what a legend he is, man. He's been crushing gaming, poker for so long. Loved it. Back reunited with him on the team. So many people I have respect for that are part of GG as well. It's just, yeah. I mean, again, I'm happy. I've had a fun ride in poker, but again, right place, right time. I am very happy to be here at GG. And queen 6 suited. Ivan Luca is in critical condition at this point. And he is all in. Put his emojis. Jack 9. He is behind. And still behind. 73, almost 75%. Going to the river, he is 77%. Could chop, it looks like, right? There's a king. A jack. J for Ivan. J for jubilant Ivan. 1.7. So sick. Yeah, he knows it. That is a 40K jump. It's a big one. And he is now not out of the woods. Blinds are up 100, 200. We are getting moving here, boys. This is the level. This is the level. Philippe Corre, that hurts to hear that, but I do have an avatar comment, allegedly. Let's see. I saw the mock-up, so unless they're trolling me, but that's not nice, man. It's not about being famous or not. It's part of the team. Happy to have an avatar. Wow, king 8 off, takes a spot. Ace 3 suited is gonna fold. One of the benefits of being first in, you get to get better hands to fold. Okay, shows the king. I love GG. I'm with you. Looking forward to seeing your avatar. I mean, I just love the software. I just love the creativity, the emojis, the GIFs. You can do even a video on there. 6s, 9, 10 suited. Ooh, what a flip, what a fight, what a big moment. 6s in the lead. Not much else going for the 9, 10 suited. A 9 or a 10 only on the river, not in. Ivan Luca from the depths is back in. And Zoo shows a 6 and he's feeling his oats right now. 3.6 million, and Zoo is having a bit of a nightmare. It's so brutal when you get down to it, flips, and all that, and then it's just sick. Ace 3 4s has him in a big world of hurt. River card, can he hold it? Says good game. It's a 3, but not enough. And wow, Victor is going to take out Chun Lei, who played an incredible brand of poker, and he is literally heads up right now for the title again. How many super millions would it be? Can we get a record? Can we put up on the screen Victor's record for the super millions? I mean, this guy just won a title very recently. There it is. What a record it is. 9 million in GG, 3 millions. That is a legend right there. That is a legend. 2 legends playing heads up, man. That's too close to call. 6 million, 4 million. Got to give the nod to Victor, of course, with the chips, but very experienced players here. See if he goes for a small bet. Best chance to win the pot. Maybe take one slight jab at it and then give up. But we have seen actually something I've been picking up Victor do is do some really delayed betting. This is a very sick run out. Straight comes on board. Does Victor go for a bet here? Thinking how likely it is his opponent has an ace. I mean, did he just ship it all in? Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Here's that bug. Got giveaways, we got bugs, we got it all today. We got it all. We have got it all. All right. Ace Jack, Jack 5 suited, both got a suit, both got a jack. Are you guys still live? Wait, winning 200. I thought it was 2,500. I was like, man, calm down, my sausage. Calm down, the Danish sausage. I thought I was not giving away 2,500. We're starting with 200. Starting with 200. Let's not get carried away, Danish sausage. I have given away 2,500 on a giveaway, given away some. I have done it in one giveaway. Ace Jack suited. Is this a little value bet or bluff? What's he doing here? He's got Ace Jack on a 10 deuce 10 3-3. I guess he's just maybe. Yeah, he could get called by worse, I guess. All right, let's play. My screen's blurry again, guys. I really don't get it. I got like 15 upload download. It's perfect the whole time, and now it's blurry, but I can make it out. We got King 5 suited versus 10-4 suited. And it looks like trip 5s have arrived. 10-4 suited, not much going here. Should be next hand. Who gets it done? I would say type 1 for this, 2 for that, but you guys are hitting ones for that $200 giveaway. The Danish sausage just figured it out. I love that he did the number 1, right? Because if it was like a big word, it could get confusing. It's good to know everyone's in the chat. It's good to know everyone's out there trying to get that 2 honey. 2 honey. All right, we got a heads up battle. This is for some snaps. We're talking about bags of sand here. This is big, 193 to 247. It's so sick. There's literally, it keeps coming in and out of focus for me. I can get it on the delay here. Let's see. Yeah, 4-6, nice hand from Victor. 4-10, 3-8. We got some internet issues. We have got some internet issues. It's just wild. I mean, it's just like, I mean, it could be worse, right? Our connection could have gone out. My main's connection went out four-handed playing for 250 today. Your guy's horse went out, blinded out. He folded aces four-handed and we had to see the pain. That was carnage today. That was carnage. All right, 2-9, Queen 8. And we do see the deuce 9 make 2 pair, take it down. Victor extends his lead, 7.5 million, 3.5 million, 8 deuce suited, pocket threes. And for 16 blinds, this might just be a rip, right? I mean, does he really want to? He's got no time bank. My man has no time bank, officially has 5 seconds to act. Could be an advantage for Ivan Luca here. Checks it, got the spade draw, 2 threes, 3 overs. Although I don't know how often. Yeah, I think this is going to favor Victor. A nasty looking fly coming my way. Stream's really had a lot of action on it. On and off. Had another shot at him, missed it. All right, we see a stab from Ivan and 2 threes. What do you do with 2 threes here? You probably don't think your opponent has an ace, but the problem is, do you really want to go call down? Wow, it's going to raise. So sick, because I guess he just realizes the interesting bet from Ivan here is though, like, there's really no aces he has, because he would just shove on the limp with that stack size almost for sure. So that's the interesting part. Jack, deuce, ace, king. I got a clear view. There's a shove. 3 million chips. Ivan Lucas still hanging on 15 blinds. Am I Zizi? Shout out to Zizi's in Miami, man. Am I naked from the waist down? No, but I will say Antonio Spandiari, he's famous. He loves doing it at the World Series where he will go there and wear like boxers or whatever. Not boxers, like, you know, no paint, like shorts while he's got his suit on doing the ESPN coverage. But no, I'm fully suited up. Sweatpants though. Ace 3 suited, Jack 4. So ace 3 suited is behind, Jack 4 in the lead. If he's able to hang on, so hard to make a pair and null him and hold him. Gotta believe he will. And this is a very welcoming card for the Jack 4 as he has the best. If he had the best hand, he still does. And that sizing, I just can't see how it works. I mean, he's got to believe he's got the best hand. He's just going to call almost for sure. Don't see any other point to raise. I'm just a little surprised he's taking this long to do anything else but call. Wow. I mean, this is fascinating. This is another hand. Chalk, timestamp, please. This is one where he's got no victory. Wow, he gets the call. I mean, is this the sickest hand? Is this the sickest hand of the tournament, maybe? I think so. That is so effing pure of a hand. Wow. That was sick. That was a sick hand, guys. He went for value with the 4. I guess just with what misses in the hand. I mean, that's just so sick. Try to look at the blockers. Yeah, that was dirty stuff, man. This is sick. Sick. I'm excited to be here. All right, contest is over, guys. Thank you for playing. And congrats to the winner. I believe it was picked, maybe not, but we saw a lot of ones in there. Ace 10, Queen 6. 6 has got the winning hand, and this should likely swing the chip lead into, I guess it'd be dead tied if it just takes it down here, but Ace 10 high. 7x misses, doesn't have a, and just decides not to call. Okay, 8-4, 5-10, 5-10 has the best hand. Board pairs, does check. See if Ivan Luka keeps the pressure on here or waves the flag. Does wave the flag. So 5-10 improves on his pair, but he still has 2 pair with queens and 10s. And 10-5 gonna win it. Okay. Couple notes that I got to see a couple of these hands. That was a fascinating, sick raise. We love Super Millions, baby. Yeah, my man, Hollis 98. Cheers, bro. Hope you're having a good one. I'm excited to see. I mean, this is for a title. This is for a Super Millions title. These boys, they've won a lot of money in their careers. If you take a look at their Hendon mobs, you can always look up a player. If you want to see a player's results, pretty cool how it shows you the results for life. and you can go through. And I mean, I can tell you, these guys both have a very storied career. They've won some real tournaments, big money, big purses. And Jack 5 going to go ahead and kick it up on the Ace 9. And I don't think Ivan has any option here but to go and see a turn. So he does 2.8 in the middle. Victor actually picks up of his, you can see he's down to 5 seconds every street, every decision. He picks up one of the better cards. And gets called, and look at this. So now 4.5 million SPR. Does he unload the clip? He's got a club in his hand. The 9, it gets a little dicier. Does he go for it all? Does he give up? He's got no time bank. Check, wave the white flag. And Ivan going to be happy to show this down. Wow. I think, right? There's just no way. I mean, is he trying to, does he think he has to bluff? I don't think so. 2.8 in the middle. Ace 9. I mean, would he try to get a 10 to fold? I don't think so. What else? 6. I just don't see how he can do anything but check here. He does have the luxury of the time bank. Checks it, yeah. Don't really see any other reason than that. I don't think he's going to get a better hand to fold. You know, I don't think he gets a 10 to fold, for example. Did he try to barrel off there a 10? So he does think about it though. And Victor is all in. King deuce suited, not going to call. Not going to call. We are going to see a winner tonight, boys and girls. GG Poker rules. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. 9-10 suited, 7-9. See, we see a limp. And 9-10 suited kicks it up. 7-9 going to be one of those limp folds, almost for sure. Ivan goes with a limp strategy on the stack depth. Interesting to see. I think that's one of the most fascinating parts of the heads up is that what juncture of the tournament do players decide to start limping against the effective big blinds, and different players have different strategies on that. A lot of respect here between these two. I know that. We even saw that time where the board was Broadway on the board and they both checked. Said nice hand. They didn't even bet. Didn't waste each other's time. I've never actually seen that. Kind of funny to see. All right, Jack deuce 3-9. So Jack deuce going to take a stab. Has some good potential runouts to bluff. 3-9 going to hang on likely. 3-2-1. Does he go for it here with the Jack deuce? No equity bluff. He does keep betting. Ivan Luka though with the 3-6 still beats a lot of hands. I think he's just got to play his hand as a call down. And has a spade in his hand. Maybe king high wouldn't bet the turn, or even the flops possible. So I don't know. I mean, this will be interesting to see. I think that, you know, Ivan was going to maybe sniff that one out. Okay, king 4 suited, 7-4 suited. Very interesting. Backdoor nut flush draw. King high, 7-4 has the spades with backdoor. So this definitely, I think there's going to be some money put in this pot. Victor calling, figuring can have the best hand. He still does. Doesn't pick up any additional equity with the club, but he still has king high. Beats a lot of hands. And this actually picks up a 6 now for a straight. So I expect Ivan to go put some pressure on here. And he realized he could be against some draws that are better than him that don't have yes, so very interesting. Big card there for sure. Going to be a continuation double barrel there. All right, Jack 4 10 6. A computer hand heads up poker, Queen 7 off. Six 10 jumps into the lead. So no time bank for Victor. Yeah, Queen 7 off. If you're ever playing heads up poker, just understand that is a dead middle lane hand. And he is going to be kicking it up. Maybe it's just, yeah, 800. Jack 5 suited versus 4-8 off. So that you see the best hands, the worst hands. Ivan's been connecting with equity draws. Or 8, absolutely nothing, million in the pot, no time bank, no equity. What does he do? Bet. That's your answer. Bet. My man bets. And this is a spot where maybe he could find a call and bluff some misses, but also does he ever, he doesn't have any extra. Wow, he hits the 5 and he was already good. And Victor, what does he, if he shoves, what does Ivan do? 3, 2, 1. Does he put it on the line with 4-8? Nothing. I guess there's so many draws missed there. 10 Jack, the hearts. This is kind of crazy. This could he sniff this out? 10 Jack. The thing is, he has one of the worst calling hands again. He has a Jack, so the 10 Jack draw, Jack 8 draw, Jack King draw. He has hearts in his hand, heart draw. So when you have the draws that your opponent, if someone's bluffing, it's not good. With that being said, Ivan Luka is a very curious guy. He is really capable of making big calls. The problem is, again, just that. Like, he hits a pair, the guy barrels down. I don't think, I mean, you can see his wheels are spinning that he wants to call, but I just think because he has one of the worst possible calling hands, if he can somehow make the call, this would be pretty epic. Because of that reason, trust me, he knows all about blockers, reverse blockers, but he is really thinking about it. Wow. Good game is called. That is a sick hand, man. Trust me, that is a sick hand. Like, obviously it's a great call, but because he has one of the worst calling hands to actually make it, he's like deep in the matrix on that one. Ivan Luka is your champion. Season 2, episode 47, Super Millions. That is a very worthy last hand. I mean, special stuff, special day. AllinPav came. He hung out with us. We got to watch some high-level poker. We saw great hands, great bluffs. We saw a guy time out. The poor man, unbelievable. He got timed out in 4th. So I got to say, really sorry to see that. But all in all, really impressed with the way the players played. Some world-class players, and another just absolutely epic week on Super Millions. So I will be seeing you guys next Tuesday. Big players, big names, big guests, big action, big giveaways. That's what we do. Super Millions. I'm Jeff Gross, your host. Thank you to AllinPav for joining. We will see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. Have a great week.